I'll greet the general public. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna give folks, like 90 seconds or something like that to shuffle in for the show, for the one shot. Welcome to the Rough Magic Twitch stream. We have a lot of bards on the docket today. I'm going to be asking a question of all of our players once we get started, and I want the chat to also give their answers to that question. It'll have to do with music, so start thinking of like favorite artists and stuff. I want to see those answers. All right, let's give it like 30 more seconds just to get people in here.
Don't know about you, but when I was checking the stream on my end, the ads popped up. So
Yep.
this is Kyle, you did the right call because like half our audience is reading our lips while watching ads.
We're waiting for those ads to end for everybody. That's what we're doing right now. Absolutely.
The horse were overrun by the corporate machine. The words of John.
I'm gonna get a quick simple one.
Yeah. All right. Go.
Those silly ads.
At least we see an American Family Insurance ad with new Captain America.
We should have filmed a couple ads for fake products that your characters are plugging. All right, let's get going here.
Yeah.
Folks on the stream, welcome to Rough Magic Games Winter One Shot in 2025. I am the general, that's not the word, game master. I'm the game master for this one shot, this spooky little cold wintry one shot. Just a quick introduction to Rough Magic and then to me, and then we'll get to our players, and then we'll get to the game. Again, my name is kyledavidperry, pronouns any, all. I'm the game master. Rough Magic Games has Drinking and Dragons events all around the Chicagoland area. So please look that up if that's interesting to you. There's so much fun. I played with several of their GMs at C2E2 last year. So if it's at least that fun, I'm sure it's even more fun for that at the Drinking and Dragons events. Please check those out. Rough Magic Games also has professional GMs that host games online and in person, and you can learn more about those types of situations online or in person on Rough Magic's website, which is roughmagicgames.com. Again, that's roughmagicgames.com. So now you know me, now you know Rough Magic. Let's go around the band here and just a quick introduction from everyone.
Would you like to start?
Go ahead, Abby, start us off.
That's what I get. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Abby, or Abigail. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not giving you my social media handle. I don't exist. I am playing Froz, who is the band's drummer. She is a bard and a barbarian, uses she, her pronouns. And sorry, what was the other things we needed to say?
I'm also going to ask all of our players to, at the end of introducing yourself, let's hear your real life favorite 2000s emo or rock band.
Yes, that's right. So my current favorite 2000s emo / rock band would have to be Paramore.
All right, Diego, who are you?
Hi, my name is Diego Bruno. I'm lead game master at Rough Magic Games. I use he, him pronouns. Today I'm going to be playing as Victor, also using he, him pronouns, who is going to be our little artificer guy. For the favorite, for as far as like social media, we'll throw that into the chat at some point later on. But I do have a Discord and an Instagram that you guys can come check me out later if you really want to know. Otherwise, my favorite one that I think I brought up before was capital H-I-M.
Yes, capital H-I-M. Rock and roll, once again. AJ, who are you?
Hi, Hi, everyone. Mute was not unmuting. My name is AJ McClain. I use she, her pronouns. I am a game master with Rough Magic as well. I also play Sinai on Rough Magic system Twitch channel and Gears of Revolution every other Sunday. So check us out. And I'll be playing Tawney Coftin. She is the band manager. Yay! So we'll see how that works out. And my favorite would be My Chemical Romance. Sorry, I'm just that person.
I'm not okay. No, don't be sorry at all.
Never
incredible.
apologize for that.
Never apologize. Troy, who are you?
Oh, me. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. How you doing? I am Rough Magic GM Troybushido. I am more the resident live games GMs with Rough Magic. You'll find me more at the conventions running Daggerheart and Cyberpunk. So resident Cyberpunk GM on that one. Troybushido on all social medias. Today I will be playing the lead lutist or lead lute player. I want to say lead guitarist, but there's no guitars. Lead string player. Simply known as El Cuervo, mariachi style. Every finger on his hand is a pick. That the ability to play that way. He and pronouns both me and for Cuervo.
Perfect. And last but not least.
Hello, my name is Shay Atlas. I'm a GM for Rough Magic. I use they, them, or she, her pronouns. And I am playing Gustav Wyn'd, our lead singer of the band of bards. Also, he uses he, him pronouns. My favorite early 2000s guilty pleasure band is Fall Out Boy.
And with that little drop of lore, that brings us right into the story of Fallout Bard, which is the name of the band of bards we have before us. And one word will sum up your trip here as we get into our adventure. You're traveling all to the Overture Hotel, which I encourage you all to join us if you like a spooky little bit of a story, a little bit of snow, a little bit of ghosts. Come on in to the Overture Hotel with Fallout Bard. Snow. Snow is the word. A very snowy, bumpy ride as you are all trying to escape your fandom and fame, coming fresh, hot off a tour, going into a place where you'll be able to relax, kick back, maybe write a little bit of music, talk about what's next for Fallout Bard. It is so frigid cold. And as you get higher and higher up the mountain to the Overture Hotel, which is on top of this mountain that overlooks a gate to Shadowfell, it just gets darker and colder. And there are pockets of sunshine that make it really beautiful and gorgeous. There's different trees, different pine that have snow, like they're snow-capped. And as you're coming up, and it's weird because it's not snowing, but things are covered in snow. And you know a storm is coming, which is why you're rushing to get in before that storm hits. And as you approach the Overture Hotel, you see a floppy little gentleman come out with like an old suit, like velvet. And he comes out and he's like waving at you. And you can tell that staff is leaving. They don't want to be here. We're shutting down for the fall season for the next several months. And that's why you are all here. Who is getting out of the tour van first and who's bringing in what gear as you all make your way into, he sort of asked you all to meet in the dining hall. Who's bringing in what first?
I would be jumping off immediately, just grabbing cases, just this stout little halfling immediately just grumbling about bags, getting out of the cold as soon as possible. Which way am I going? This way? Okay.
Oh, yeah, right in here. Yes. Right through the French doors there. And then to the left. As this older gentleman just ushers you that way. And he's sort of like, he's very cold, but he insists on staying out here and sort of like directing traffic. The very simple in to the left. Diego, go ahead. Can you describe Victor a little more as you are, entering the hotel for the first time with as much gear as you can carry?
Victor is a stout halfling. He is no more than 2.5 feet tall. Deep, bald pate and heavy, big, deep beard. Very hard to see how thick chest hair and beard mix in very often. However, tends to wear big, hefty overalls, usually thick corduroy, and usually just constantly muttering to himself, often wearing thick leather belts, just overflowing with assorted tools. And when he has a few bits of downtime to himself, pulling out his little electric triangle and playing a little thing or two. But for right now, he's in a bustling hurry, big walrus mustache, just bumbling by.
All right, yeah, Victor in roadie mode going in. Who steps off the tour bus next and with what gear?
OMG, one of the producers, Charlotte, stepping in to say thank you, Morphos XL, for the subscription.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whose bright idea was this? God's forsaken. Are we next to the Shadowfell? Grumbling out of the bus next, out the cart next is gonna be a human of fair skin and long black hair out in a ponytail above a jacket that was not meant for this weather. Black rose ornate mariachi Dia de Muerte style jacket with just a basic shirt underneath and a giant crow's head pendant on his chest. In his hand is a black leather attaché case the shape of a lute, and that's all he carries because he just trusts someone else to grab his actual baggage. But kind of being a bit bougie, a bit prissy. It's like
Little rock stars, sure.
a little, somebody has to be, this. It's too cold. I mean, breaking my hands, frostbite on these hands.
Yes, right in there to the left. Come on. Yes, young Jap. Come on.
Gustav, make sure you bundle up. I don't want your vocal cords to freeze out. As he shouts over his shoulder.
Yeah, Gustav will come out next. He kind of like surveys the situation. He elegantly steps out. He is a tall, lithe, air genasi man with like pure white hair that has like cerulean blue roots. And it's just constantly kind of flowing handsomely in the breeze, even though there is no breeze. He kind of looks around, checks his nails, has a bag in his hand, and I think kind of tosses it back into the carriage and says, Tawney, you can handle this, right? And he says to the man escorting us in, right, I think we booked the presidential suite.
Oh, certainly, yes. Come on in. Yes. You have the whole top floor to yourself. Come on in.
Radical.
To the left. And then
go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
yeah, who's next? Is that Tawney next?
Go ahead. Okay. Well, with that, Tawney comes out as like the bag is literally being handed to her, and she like catches it and then like immediately falls to the ground. No strength whatsoever, negative strength. So falls immediately to the ground, and then just face plants, looks up at you.
The old man goes to help you. He is not even less strength in him as he weakly goes for the bag.
No, I got it. I got it. She kind of like waves her little tabaxi fingers around and around. She is a tabaxi. She's about 5 feet tall. She's a cheetah tabaxi. She has dreadlocks kind of held underneath this red leather crop jacket, studded. Underneath, she has like this black tops, necklaces galore, but on her waist, she has the nice pack. You can say kind of a little utility belt, if you will, that always has a thing of keys on it for any and everything she possibly could need. On the other side is this small little hanging, you could say like parchment pad, so with a little quill tied to it. And on her back is a little backpack that she has is full of all her goodies and treasures. And she just kind of cries a little. And cries. She like tries to pull up this bag.
I think at that point, a large gray hand grabs the bag with one hand and just lifts it up and goes, "Hey, you need some help with that?"
Yes. Thank
And yep, standing there is the drummer Froz. Froz is a half orc. She is 6'4", absolutely shredded, wearing, despite the cold, just like a sleeveless tunic, black, black pants, just all in black. The belt, she's got a belt. The skull, the belt buckle is a skull of some kind. I don't think anyone knows if it's a real skull or not, or where she got it. And she has like dark brown hair. That's she on stage. She like wears it in a mohawk spiked up, but now it's flopping to the side. And as she lifts it, she turns to the old man and goes, "This is your hotel?"
No. I'm one of the service members here. Come on in. I'll introduce you to the groundskeeper.
Okay, because the last hotel we were in did not end up well. Just full disclosure.
Oh, and he sort of bumbles, very panicked, like
I
trying
swear
to.
it was not our fault. Just saying, not our fault.
Absolutely nothing to do with us at all.
And he ushers you all in, panic look on his face, like he's trying to figure out if he can make it a better stay for you. He has no power, but he closes these big French doors as your tour bus is sort of left. I assume you all lock up the tour bus once everything is in.
Oh, I've done that. Everybody's in.
Tawney,
Locked.
Tawny's on top of everything. Once you're all in, you can see that like the old gentleman is like offering to help like separate things or bring things in other places. And then a slightly more upright, still older gentleman, that same like old gaudy suit, but a lot more well kempt, comes in and goes, "Oh well, hello, yes, fall out bard, yes."
Yes, I'm
Yes.
sure you've heard of us, right?
Yes, you inquired about the caretaking position. That's how I heard about you. Sorry, we don't get a lot of
I won't be taking care of anything while I'm here, frankly.
Donnie,
my
what the heck did you get us
certainly
into?
it's really more about being stewards of the grounds, but
I thought when you meant grounds, you meant like sound grounds, like taking
well,
care of
we
the
do have a
environment with
stage.
emotion.
We do have a stage. You all can play instruments or whatever you do. You can practice while you're here. It's whatever you like. It's let me show you into the dining hall. That's where the stage is, and he kind of ushers you all to the dining hall, which is where your stuff is like been. You're making trips. I'm sure it's probably Victor doing most of like the trips back and forth into the dining hall with all the stuff.
Victor's like tapping him on the shoulder, being like, "Just give me a list of all the things you need fixing. I will do the fixings."
Oh,
Of course,
very good,
Victor.
very good.
Of
Yes.
course, Victor want to
Okay,
fix that.
good.
All Victor wants to do is fix. He doesn't even want to play a triangle. You don't want to fix something. Ah!
And he
No
brings
one
you
else
all
is
in.
fixing.
He like very thankfully nods to you, Victor, and then kind of addresses the group. It looks like he's trying to rush out, like he's trying to get out before the storm comes. And he goes, "Listen, everything is sort of shut down for renovations, except for this bottom floor. A lot of the amenities are here. The kitchen is available. Unfortunately, we had to dwindle down a lot of the perishables. So whatever you can sort of scrounge up, please feel free. Also, unfortunately, we had to remove all of the alcohol and mead and ale for the winter break. It's protocol. But again, anything you can find is A-okay. No need to track any of it. You will all be staying, yes, in our most prestigious suites on the 5th floor. There's 9 suites per floor, and please just avoid sort of the first. You don't want to be on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th floor. Just trust me, it's just very cold. Some of our internal arcane heating systems are not working, but the 5th floor is all yours, spread out. There's 9 rooms. I will leave a small list of things with you, sir. There's really only 2 rules. Any questions before I give sort of the 2 really big important things I'm going to try to drive home here?
So
Any
I just want to
questions?
I just want to clarify. You
Yes.
said there's no mead.
We had to remove it from the premises, as is per our protocol every fall. Yes.
So none.
No, none. Yes, none.
How much gold can we just put right in your hands right now for you to bring back all the meat? I am not feeling this cold sober, especially.
Sir, it's gone. The meat is gone.
Where
Now
is
you're
it?
saying
Why
you're
does it need
having,
dog?
The mead carriages have been for some time, for days. They've been removed. You're
now
sort of the
you're
last to
saying
arrive.
you're having heating issues. Do you have fireplaces, or is this more like a furnace
Oh.
situation?
No, there is
Radiators, I can fix a
fireplaces.
radiator.
There's arcane. You go ahead and give it a shot if you'd like. There are fireplaces around the bottom floor, especially in the grand hall, sort of our lobby, which is just out there. If you keep going towards the sort of the larger grand space, there is a large fireplace. I recommend you actually get some chopped wood from outside in the courtyard before the storm starts for that wood. The fifth floor is arcane heated. It's the hottest, sort of warmest place in the whole hotel, so I recommend again lodging there. Um, uh, I do have two big sort of rule requests, if you would. I assume you do in the offer that it was like the notice that there's a haunted hotel. It's pretty well known. Yes, like
I
that's,
told you. I definitely told you. I told you. And she
Tawney,
like grabs
did
her
you?
notes. No, I
Did you
told you.
not- Did you not tell them that? Oh,
Oh
and he sees that like
my
this
God.
is sort of.
Tawny,
this has
what
sort
do
of
we
happened
pay you
before.
for?
I mean,
Do we pay you?
Do we pay?
No, my daddy does.
Did you not tell? Oh, my goodness.
I'm
I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
It was between telling them to grab their instruments
Hmm,
and between
hmm,
telling them to organize their lunches. And I was
hmm,
supposed to tell them
hmm.
at that time.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Um.
It's haunted. This will be great.
Yeah. Um. You can see in his very, very tired face that this has happened before a couple times, where like people have been hired for this, not knowing it's a haunted hotel, and that's just a stressful thing to go through more than once. So he goes, yes. There's really only two big rules. Everything else is sort of a kind of a go nuts situation. The two rules are, please, I encourage you strongly to play music and find inspiration in this place of culture. Please do not play outside of your rooms in the evening. You will upset some of the spirits here, and I don't want you having to deal with that. Some of them are quite dangerous if perturbed. So just don't do the perturbing, I think. And the second thing is absolutely, especially because it's outside, absolutely no access to the mirror maze past the courtyard in the back of the hotel. It's off limits during the winter time. So please, those two are really, I plead you for those two. Everything else is kind of, again, fair play. Just sort of clean up after yourselves. And that's really all we ask, is just to sort of be here looking over, making sure we don't have any looters who would brave the storm themselves. That's kind of it. And thank you again, sir. And he looks at you, Victor, for any repairs you can make. You'll see a few things that are pretty obviously broken. If you want to take a stab at it, go for it.
One last quick question. Is the mirror base popular in off season, or is it maybe waste of material?
Oh, it's on no, in our summer months, we get sort of the phase sunrise and sunset reflect over, and we get some really gorgeous views. It's a huge tourist attraction. People come from multiple planes to the Mirror Maze in the summertime, again, because the changing of the seasons is such a significant thing here. That's why it's so warm and hot and beautiful in the summer, and so desolate and cold in the winter. It's a place of extremes, but certainly
Follow-up.
not a waste of parts.
One follow-up question.
Yes, you sure.
Hypothetically,
Yeah.
as you find this group tends to be a bit on the musical side,
Yes.
if per se someone would to accidentally break one of these
Mhm.
rules, do you
Mhm.
have some sort of emergency contraption that would help with the ghosties? Like
Uh,
a holy water on standby? Is there a priest nearby that you can bring to attention?
no clergy on staff, unfortunately. We all release them all towards the end of the fall season. There is a radio you can contact my offsite office. We are sort of offsite, just in a village nearby, where it's much less cold at the bottom of the mountain at the base there. You can use that radio. If anyone can get it working, it's probably you here. It's a little on the fritz, but it should work.
Oh,
in a
so we don't
pinch.
even have working radio. Good, great. More things for Victor to fix. Oh, he like begins
not-
noting down.
How have you ever thought about like selling this hotel?
Well, I certainly do not own it. I'm simply, I'm Mr. Grady, by the way. I'm just the groundskeeper here for the other
Grady.
3 seasons. That's all. Because we're open spring, summer, fall, and then closed during the desolate winters. I'm just simply a groundskeeper. I rarely see any of the ownership here. I believe some royal families, a few straight kings here and there, are sort of the founders of the hotel, and they own it to this day. But I've never even thought about selling it because it's not part of what I do here, I suppose. But interesting query.
That's fine.
Gustav says, Mr. Grady, was it?
Yes, Jay Grady. Yes.
You've been great. He winks at you. He's
Ooh.
very charming. He says, "You've been great. I'm sure having Fallout Bards stay on your premises is going to do wonders for your reviews."
Oh, interesting.
He hands you like a little postcard-sized like ink etching of the band that's like
Oh.
signed by everyone. And he like slides it into your palm, and says, I personally, you guys, I couldn't think of a better locale backdrop for exploring the frigid depths of our hearts for our next album. I think this is going to be a productive stay, you guys.
Oh, my special thanks to you. And you can tell that this is sort of where you would roll up persuasion or charisma. She's very charmed by this, like just breath of fresh air, if you will, with the air genasi pun there. Really appreciative of that, and sort of was like kind of like you've piqued his interest. He's gonna look into the band now, since you've said that like maybe it will help with the notoriety. That definitely got his attention. So he's gonna take this and thank you very much, folks. I appreciate it. Again, I must be going to beat the storm down the mountain, but the floor is yours, as they say. And you see that the other old gentleman has sort of come from downstairs, having like his and Mr. Grady's stuff ready to go, and like what is like the last horse-drawn carriage outside. And he goes, "If there's nothing else, then I bid you adieu for the next several fortnight."
Wait, you mean we don't even have an audience? You're leaving us completely alone?
Well, sir, I think you might find the ghosts can make an audience if you play sweetly enough. And he kind of nods and will leave you with that rather haunting thought as he closes the great big French doors in the opening vestibule of the Overture Hotel, leaving you all alone in this moment in the dining hall. There is a stage here, certainly a place where you can set up some of your instrumentation and gear sort of for this day. It's not the warmest here. It's a little cold already. You can tell that you're going to need to build a fire soon. But I will sort of let this sort of be downtime as you all explore parts of the hotel. I can sort of give you a little bit of a layout of the bottom floor. And the only thing I ask right now is sort of, I want to know what you're all doing this first afternoon and evening. And I would like you all to pick a room number on the top suite, 1 through 9. If you're sharing rooms, that's all well and good, whatever the situation is. But I'd like to know which rooms people are staying in actively and lodging in. That's the only thing I ask, but I sort of would love to know in this little period of downtime what you're all doing in this first day and evening.
Victor
Producer Charlotte jumping in again to say thank you, Pepper Piero, for the sub. And
Thank
also
you.
the chat wants more puns.
Oh.
Victor is rushing up to room 7 because he is not taking any of this bad luck.
All right. Victor in room 7. Very good.
I run to room 3.
Okay.
Hold up. Are you all considering separate rooms in a haunted hotel? Are you not even considering buddy system here?
It's in my contract that I get my own suite.
Yeah, usually when
Bare
we have
minimum.
like a full stocked hotel and have the staff here and you got the groupies, here, it's usually yes. The only groupies we're going to have is those. Are you sure you want that? Especially you, Gustav.
Are the ghosts cute?
I
This
knew
is
it.
yet to be
I knew you
determined.
would say that.
I
knew it.
don't. I can
Froz.
find out.
Yeah, can you look into this, Tawney?
I can look into this. I can find out how cute the ghosts are.
I
Vic-
think.
Vic-
Oh, Gustav's gonna claim room 6.
All right.
And
Victor
but
would definitely like lean out of the room and be shouting over to El Cuervo, just, "I'm with you, man. Just please do not be summoning the ghosties. Please, no. Like I'm sticking with these safe numbers. It's bad luck. Nuh-uh."
Gustav kind of gestures to El Cuervo. He's like literally he's just wearing like a very low cut like silk tunic that's like billowing and like really tight leather pants and fingerless gloves. Everything else, his like light blue skin is exposed. It's turning bluer as he's like shivering. He says, aren't you good at building a fire or something? Can you do something about this fireplace?
Hey, don't look at me, man. I strung things. We have the engineer here.
Mixed together, not ringing a bell.
You actually talk like I go out camping. Does it look like I really go out camping?
No, not at all.
Fire building, engineering in general. That's more of a Victor thing. By the way, Victor, just throwing this idea out here. If the ghosts get a little too rowdy and this place gets a little bit overwhelming, and we're actually fearing for our lives,
Then we run.
I was about to say, can you engineer a way for this whole place to burn down so whoever owns this dang thing can like cash it on the insurance while we're out of here?
Fantastic. And then my daddy can buy it. It'll be perfect.
There's definitely like a glint in Victor's eye when you bring up the idea of burning down a building. Like,
Victor, last resort, nuclear option, meteor storm option. Sorry,
yes, I can definitely pull it off.
Okay, just shout meteor storm. All in favor if it goes really bad.
I mean, I can't do a meteor storm, but I understand that's like code phrase.
Metaphorical. I can't do meteor storm either. Okay, I only got magic pupils and that's it.
I'm gonna
All
try
right.
and see if I can do something about this fire.
All right. So as Tawney walks off to the fire, I just need to know at some point what what El Cuervo and Froz's plans are for lodging. Right now, rooms 3, 6, and 7 are claimed. And then just sort of where everyone is going. And then once we sort of have where everyone's at, if they're splitting up, if they're kind of teaming up, we'll start with Tawney and whoever else is with Tawney at the fire. Who's doing what? I'm interested.
I would definitely be going to give Tawney a hand by the fire. I would probably be waving El Cuervo over to room 7 and be like, "Me and you, buddy, please." Yes.
I would. Okay. I was about to also ask, Froz. I mean, Froz, biggest baddest of the group. I was going to say.
Are you saying it's because I'm short?
No.
Oh, you think I cannot protect you? Mm-hmm. That's all right. You come to me next time your string needs to be tightened. That's all right. Tawney, how can I? And you see, like, walks over away.
Froz.
What?
If you wouldn't mind a roommate, I'll actually head back to the tour bus and see if there isn't any leftover booze and any leftover meat we had during the trip. If they're gonna make a BYOB, I'm gonna see if we have any B.
All right. If you really want me to stay in your room, I guess I can. But well, you know how I roll. I'm just saying you know how I roll. It didn't work out last time. I don't know if it'll work out this time, but I'm willing to give it another shot.
Different hotel, different time, different gig, it's just kind of how it goes. I'll go see if there's any more leftover alcohol inside our old tour bus. I'll bring it over, and then at the very least, I will not be drinking alone. I know you don't like to drink alone, so
damn right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna like chop some firewood, I guess, because I don't think you've done a real work in your life.
Okay.
You hear like a quick ear twitch, like, well, you don't hear it, but Tawney's ear twitches as she hears you say you're going back to the tour bus, and that she hears tour bus. And then she like yells out, "It's locked!
Keys, please.
No! What do you
Keys,
want the
pretty,
key?
please.
Pretty kitty, please."
Always pretty kitty, please. You know how we do.
And she tosses him at you.
Nice. All right, so Troy
Gracias.
going off to the tour bus. We have
Yeah, Cuervo's
Tawney.
gonna be all like,
You bundle up in that jacket for no seasons. We have the three of you going outside to the fire. It looks like we have 3 bunking up in room 7 with Gustav in 6 and Tawney in 3. What is Gustav doing? And then we'll go over to this firewood situation.
I think Gustav. What time of day did we arrive?
It's like afternoon. You get a couple hours before it's nightfall.
I think Gustav is kind of aimlessly wandering about. So whatever adjacent room is next to the dining room that's not the kind of grand hall, but maybe another doorway, he's
Sure.
beginning his like vocal exercises to warm up. So he's getting his chords warmed up.
Very good. Well, we'll find out where Gustav is going once we cut over to Tawney, Victor, and Froz. You all go outside, sort of through this huge lobby that spans the entire hotel, and just there's offshoots of like the dining hall. There's a lounge. There's a few other little like places like a billiards room. The biggest ones are the dining hall to the left, lounge to the right. But you go all the way through, and then outside is this beautiful courtyard that again has a cap of snow on it already, as like the last leaves of fall are dying. And you go out, and there's like off to the left, a very functional sort of like wood chopping station. There's a couple pieces of wood, but you probably want to get a couple more. And then undeniably, as you all 3 walk out, you do see this behemoth mirror maze that doesn't have a lot of snow on it, but you can see there's a little bit of frost accumulating as it starts to get, you can almost feel it getting colder by the second as the mirror maze starts to develop frost on the outer edges. It's huge. It's like 7 feet tall. So I think maybe Frost is the only one that can peek over it if they're, if she's really trying. It's very tall, and it looks like it goes. I don't know if you've ever been to like the corn maze at Richardson's. Shout out to the suburbs of Chicago, but it's large. It's a quite large mirror maze, and this is not like shatterable glass. This is like tempered outdoor glass, and there's something arcane going on with this mirror maze as well. But just pointing this out because it is undeniable as you go to get firewood. But the 3 of you are out here.
I've never understood the appeal of mazes. Like you go in.
Hey, disembodied voice Charlotte once again. Sorry, saying thank you Ginger Spice17 for the follow, and thank you Ruby Witch for the sub. It's 12 gauge for the gifted sub. We've got a hype train going right now. Thank you Morpho XL for another gifted sub. You guys rock. You are the best.
Oh man, Follow Up Bard is going to write a song about all of you. Thank you. Back to the firewood.
I'm just gonna grab firewood and say, I can start with this.
Okay, and you're just gonna go in with like the pre-chopped wood. Cool. All right, cool. So you're starting like going to start the fire inside, kind of leaving these 2 to do the work, essentially, the labor.
Victor's definitely like looking over at Froz and just being like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, it's so big. Like, can you even see how far it goes? Because like,
Froz will like stand on her, like Froz will stand on her tippy toes, seeing if she can like see like just like okay, get a ballpark of like how far the maze goes.
It's deep. I would say it's at least probably 8 layers deep. Layers as in like corridors, which they're pretty large corridors to complement the height of the walls. So and I would say it's at least that. It spans out as well. It sort of like has domination over the back half of this courtyard of this massive hotel with 5 stories and 9 suites across. So it's pretty huge, I would say.
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Froz just looks down at Victor and goes, "It's big."
Victor's definitely gonna go over to some nearby like tree or foliage, pull out a hand axe, and start trying to lop down the smallest one that he could find.
Perfect. While you do that, you're sort of both getting firewood together. I'm going to ask for the first roll of our one shot. As the two of you are out here for a few minutes gathering some supplies, so you don't have to come back outside as you feel it getting colder. I'm going to ask for a perception check from both of you.
That is a 13.
I got a 12.
A 12 and a 13. Okay. You feel like there's maybe something coming from the maze. It might just be your mind playing tricks on you. I think on a 13, Froz, you do see as like you're like looking over, you do catch an inscription etched in, and it says Overture Hotel Mirror Maze, a place to reflect. And that's what it says on like the first corridor of the mirror maze. And you just kind of see that. And you just get this uneasy feeling. You think you maybe hear something coming from the maze. And I think we'll leave you two chopping firewood with the creepy maze outdoors, and we'll jump over to Troy. You have the keys to the tour bus. You said you're searching for any long lost bottles or cans of mead.
Yeah, going for not just mead, all the alcohol, whatever we
Any
can scrounge
alcohol.
up that we've been using to pass the time while traveling place to place.
Okay, cleaning up. I'm going to call this a luck check, actually. And I'll say there's no way you don't get anything because it's a tour bus, and I'm sure you all partake responsibly. But go ahead and give us a luck check to see how much, like how stocked the tour bus is, essentially.
What would I be rolling for luck?
It's a flat 20 with nothing added. Let's just see where the dice gods think we're at with this.
11.
11. Okay, yeah, you find enough to. You're gonna have a really good first week, and then you're gonna be out of alcohol unless you really ration it. And what's fun about rationing alcohol? You find a couple bottles of mead, and then there's like a pack of ale with a few missing. You know, it's sort of like arcane packaged ale, very high tech stuff, but it's not that much. You also find some snacks and some non-alcoholic drinks if you feel like or care about grabbing any of those, knowing that a lot of like the perishable food is no longer in the kitchen either.
Okay. Hopefully Victor can have this radio fixed. That way we can contact other cities, maybe get a little what did they call it? DoorDash?
DoorDash. Yes.
Okay. And Cuervo will do his best to just kind of like carry as much as he can back into the dining hall.
All right. Honest question. Does El Cuervo remember to lock the tour bus again?
Why don't I do a little bit of I'm gonna roll straight wisdom just to see.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm gonna let you be the judge of this based on the roll.
4.
All right. I think that answers
Probably
that.
not. Probably not.
All right. With your hands full, El Cuervo goes back into the hotel. And then we'll pop over to Gustav next. Gustav, I think that you found yourself on the opposite side of the hotel of the dining hall, sort of in that lounge that kind of pops off into other sort of breakout lounges, if that makes any sense. Lots of different rooms here. You said you're doing vocal exercises, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Are you looking for privacy, or are you looking for good acoustics? What is Gustav's intention here? Warm
I
physics,
think
perhaps?
Gustav is looking for acoustics and is always looking for an audience. And I don't think the prospect of ghosts spooked him. And I think he's just trying to see if anyone's around to hear his gorgeous voice.
All right.
It would be it's his duty to bless the world with his gorgeous singing voice. So he's just doing his due diligence.
Doing due diligence. You find one of the rooms is a little sort of more cushioned. There's actually a bear rug on the floor here, sort of a faux bear rug. You know, it's sort of like it's not a real animal. It's like a faux trapper. Very chic, but it's just very cushioned. So there's more sound resistance. So you know that's sort of your soundproof room, and the one next to it is the opposite, where that's where you can get really belty. And you sort of have these two rooms that at your disposal. So you go to the one where you can get a little beltier, And with you singing, I'm going to ask you for give me a performance check with advantage because you are singing.
Gladly, I have +10. So let's
Bards are
see here.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. First one was a 24. Yeah, it's gonna be 24.
24. You're just doing these vocal exercises and sharing your beautiful voice with this room and whomever may be hearing it. As you sing, it's weird because it's as you sing, like you get sort of like the higher your voice goes sometimes, or sometimes it's the volume, sometimes it's the emotion. Sort of anytime you're hitting any of those fever pitches, the first time it happens, let me know if it spooks you, Gustav. I'm interested to know. It kind of is like, you know how a light bulb like sort of fades out, starts like flickering? It's like a reverse flicker of like someone sitting in a chair in the corner, like the silhouette of someone like reverse flickering like into this plane almost as you hit like a falsetto, a vibrato, or
Ooh,
of
yeah.
sorts, or if like if you're hitting the top of your range, and maybe one or two silhouettes, you're seeing this. What's running through Gustav's mind at this moment?
When I witness that, do they go away or do they remain kind of flickering?
They're kind of just flickering at this time. It looks like they're not. It looks like they're staying. They're staying, but not to say that they can't leave. I think you can tell that they are choosing to stay, perhaps because they're listening to you.
I think Gustav, who has a bit of experience with the Fey realm and weird things happening, isn't spooked by this. But I think he's going to kind of address them as though they're a little crowd, like, "Oh, how y'all doing tonight? Playing the Overture Hotel."
I don't think you get anything back, but
Okay.
you can tell that you can. I think a presence stays with you, where like you have perceived a presence here, and you can tell that they're still here and that they're enjoying what's going on.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. I think lastly, before we sort of move on with our little downtime montage, we're gonna move over to Tawney, who has taken the pre-cut firewood, and you are in the actual lobby, the grand hall part of this sort of huge vaulted ceilings, much like the lounges, very comfy, but just a little more robust in terms of like amenities. You tell there's desks in here for concierges when the time and season is right. But does Tony know the first thing about starting a fire?
No.
I would love a flat intelligence check from Tony regarding starting a fire properly and safely.
Okay, that's not horrible. I think it's a 12.
Okay. I think you make a big old mess of it, but it is a fire that's safe relatively, and it is providing warmth, even though you kind of made a mess. It's you've made it. You eventually. It takes a long time too. Like you're like, why is this taking so long? It's just burning wood, but you eventually get it to a place where it's like, okay, now this will be a sustainable fireplace, and this, and it's just in time too, because I think we're approaching dusk, and I said you can almost feel it earlier. I think now you can feel it. It is getting colder, uncomfortably so.
I think out of all of the frustration, it isn't even that she like did it and it like she purposefully did it. It's like a complete accident where like some type of like she gets frustrated and like strikes the flint and just throws and forces it down, and by like luck it strikes against itself and just like it's not even her. Just happened.
But it eventually happens, and I think at this point, sort of all have these little interactions of varying degrees of creepiness or etherealness throughout the hotel. What are we doing with the rest of our nights?
Ooh, Charlotte here again. Rondez has subbed for setting a campfire without burning it all down. So congrats, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go camping with you anytime. All right. Who's doing what? I want to know. This is their first night of I said several fortnights. I think it's like 2 months. Like you'll be here for like 8 weeks. Which is what you signed up for. Not the whole winter season, just like the first part until staff starts to come back and prep for the spring. It's your first night. Who's doing what?
All right. First off, I think we need a toast because it's going to be it's going to be a long side gig. All right. We grab whatever you want to grab. I propose.
Who's drinking?
Froz is.
Most definitely Victor pulling out the pocket flask.
Same. Tawney pulls out her little pocket strong flask as well.
Sure.
I think Gustav is taking this sort of respite very seriously. He's drinking water after a hard tour.
Excellent. You all, with your various beverages, have a toast from El Cuervo about this side gig, as you will.
To the legendary Fallout Bard.
To the legendary Fallout Bard.
Skull.
Cool. And unless there's anything,
Crossbones soon follow.
unless there's anything else, I'll say you sort of have a very like a relatively dull in terms of hauntings. First evening, as you all settle in, and let me have this right. Is it the three of you bunking in room 7 together? They're big presidential suites, so there's plenty of room, but is that right? We have Victor, El Cuervo, and Froz all in room 7.
Yes. I don't take up a lot of space, though I would be curious. Would I have found the radio at this point to try to fix it tonight, or would that be something I have to look for later?
You can absolutely you can have found the radio, and I'll say that with that, like the moment you touch it, you are now hearing this like weird radio static in your ears, and it's really hard to shake. But it's almost as if it's not necessarily coming from the radio itself. It's just this weird feeling. But you can absolutely have that in your room if you want to work on it sort of while you're winding down. It's pretty it's not terribly big. But everybody in room 7 will sort of experience this strange static sound.
I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Yeah, 100%. I'm just like tinkering in the corner, just like I'm still hearing a fuzz. Is anyone else hearing that? Just give me one second. If I turn it this way. No.
Victor, if you've given me tinnitus, I'm going to kill you.
Wait, is Gustav also in this room?
Yep.
It probably makes sense that you're all like toasting and hanging out in this room before Gustav and Tawney go to their respective rooms for the night. So I'll say whoever's in room 7 at any point, whether you're staying in the room or not, you have this weird static that follows you out of the room if you go to your room.
Oh, God. Out of character. I'm so sorry for that, but in character, no apologies.
Well, you wouldn't even know it's following them out unless they let you know it is. But I will say, Tawney and Gustav, when you go to your respective room, you can't shake this little sound.
And it's really loud in my ear.
Cuervo's trying to compensate by actually playing this lute like over it and trying to drown it out.
It's evening, right?
Yeah.
It is evening.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're in our rooms. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, if you wanted to join, if Gustav wanted to join the three of them in Big Suite 7, yeah, it's just Cuervo trying to play over that fuzz, and you're hearing a few new finger plucks of the lute, just different tunes, different melodies that probably has no one heard before. Just experimenting. Couple power chords played in every now and then just to see like what's there, but
Very good.
and then Cuervo will be like, Gustav, question for you.
Shoot, Cuervo.
Have you ever played a song? Have you ever sung a song in 3?
You're not talking to an amateur. You're talking to the lead vocalist of Fallout Bard. Of course.
Yeah, but we play all our songs in 4. I was wondering.
It sounds better. I've studied time signatures you couldn't fathom when I studied abroad in the Feywild. During my time at the College of Glamour, you wouldn't
Victor's
believe the
gonna
wild shit
leave.
they get into.
Victor's
Oh,
like,
really?
I suddenly need to find Froz. I think this needs percussive adjustment. I will not partake. Enjoy. And he just leaves the room.
Oh, you think? Oh, you're so fancy with your time.
And I
signature.
think
Have
we'll
you ever played 16-9?
Oh yes.
16-9, not that.
16-9, correct. And with that, I think we'll like leave the two of you sort of bickering away as we follow Victor out. Well, first of all, where is Froz? Is Froz hanging in the room, or are you elsewhere right now?
I think this is an old fight that's happened. I get the feeling. So I think Froz, like as soon as it started, Froz was out. Just like not making a scene, just like nope.
And so Victor follows and sort of tries
Victor's
to,
definitely like, I don't want to be stuck alone. Froz, wait, come back. I need Froz, actually. Goodbye.
It's definitely the classic two boisterous musicians overcompensating over each other. Like my skill's bigger than yours. Pun intended.
absolutely.
It's definitely Victor
no
catching up
incentive.
to Froz and being just like, so do you think they're ever going to sleep together? Or is it always going to be this tense?
I was hoping this time it would be, but now I'm living in that room with them, so I don't know.
Do you think if we crash out on the couch and like put the sock on the door, they will handle it?
The question is, would that make it better or worse?
Oof.
And with this, I think we'll let that sort of go as the two of you are positing about this, wondering as you sort of, I would like to know where you're wandering to in a moment here as I check in with Tawney. Is Tawney hanging out in room 7, or have you retired for the evening?
No, Tawny has her little like headphones-ish things on her head and just drinking her little flask. It's really strong, so every now and then she just takes tiny sips and just dancing around.
You're dancing. Okay, that's very interesting. I like that. You're just having your own little party, and you have sort of these like, Arcanotech headphones on, noise canceling, and with that, I think that's when you notice something weird. Can you give me a perception check, Tawny?
I can do that. I get something special with that. Because of this inquisitive rug. Where is it? Yeah. I have a good one. It's expertise. Oh, that's really good, actually. 22.
22. You're listening to your Arcanotech headphones, drowning out the noise of this age-old argument from Fallout Bard. And it's so hard to get rid of the static. And on top of the static, and it almost blends in with the static, on that 22 perception, you're kind of being overwhelmed a little bit. It's when you're like overstimulated, it's too much noise going on. You have the voices of the argument, you have the sound, the music, the radio static, and then you start to hear the difference between the static and running water. And you can sort of essentially, you're delineating between the two. They're both happening. And the running water, it's really weird because it has that same sound quality as the static, where you don't know necessarily where it's coming from. And with a 22 perception, I think that you see in sort of like the restroom portion of the suite that the faucet has turned on by itself. And you
No. I'm supposed to have those back up.
Okay, cool. So we're going with denial. Very good. Okay, so we'll check back in with Tawney in a moment as I drop that, and I'd like to know where Victor and Froz are going as you leave room 7.
Victor is not paying attention. Froz is taller. They took lead.
Yeah, I think Froz would honestly just start wandering. I think Froz is like interested in like the hotel. This is a nice place. So like leave the top floor and start just being like, I wonder what's down here.
So do you go back down to the lobby, or are you on one of the abandoned-esque floors?
Probably down to the lobby. That's where all the nice stuff is.
Sure is. I think as you explore, you see some of the very gaudy carpet that looks somehow still expensive, even though it's not very nice to look at. There's lots of knickknacks around. Again, these like this series of different lobby rooms is pretty nice. These dining halls. As you look around, I would love another perception check from both of you, as if Victor is following Froz around as you sort of wander, chatting about the tour.
I got a 6.
I also got a 6.
Dueling sixes.
I think that that Victor might just be looking at the space and looking down at his little triangle and just contemplating whether or not it's a good idea or not to play this.
Yeah,
It's such a
and
good
I
space. The acoustics must be so good.
and
if
Froz
you
is
will.
completely zoned out.
I think you've made your way into the dining hall and then like have found where the kitchen is. And it's like, oh, kitchen. We haven't eaten yet at all. So I think that's like you zoning out. You're looking at all the nice stuff. You end up around the dining hall, and with dueling sixes, I think you still hear every faucet in the kitchen turn on at once as running water pours into your eardrums. And it's weird because your senses have been sort of dull. Like it's cold, you can't feel much. There's like this just like weird off smell in the hotel that's hard to shake, but it's very dull. And everything that you're hearing now is so crisp. And I think with the dueling sixes, as the faucets come, you don't notice a hand coming from the ceiling as it comes down. And I'm going to roll the dice to see which. Actually, no, it goes for Froz because Froz is a lot closer to the ceiling. As a hand comes down and grabs. What is Froz's hair?
Froz has a mohawk. It is not gelled right now.
I see. Okay, so a hand is coming down from the ceiling, and you don't notice it until it has a fistful of your hair and starts to pull up. And I'm going to need a athletics check as it tries to pull you up towards the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Athletics, I can do. That is a 16.
A 16 is good. It is not as good as this ghost who was poised
Ew.
to pull you up. And Victor, you see that the already tall Froz, like their knees are like at your shoulders. Their knees now go above your head and their feet are at your shoulders. And you look up and see this happening. What do you both do?
Dude, what the hell?
I'm going to grab Froz around the legs and try to pull back.
Okay. I'm going to say that this gives Froz advantage on their next check. Now that you're trying to escape it, it can be athletics or acrobatics as this thing tries to pull you up towards the ceiling. And your head is starting to like press up against the ceiling as it looks like it's pulling you through the ceiling. What did you get on that check?
With advantage, that was a 17.
A 17 is enough for you to push off the ceiling, land back on your feet, and you're there, both of you, as you very clearly saw this hand come through and disappear as it lost its grip.
Froz is wearing me like leg armor.
Faucets are going because you're near the kitchen. There's a lot of them.
Froz is just going to look up at the ceiling and go, God, asshole.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand and see if I can start turning faucets off.
Okay, you start to go turn faucets off. With that, we're going to very quickly jump over back to room 7. Tawney, it's the more you try, the louder this running water starts to become, as even the radio static starts to fade out, and this running, it's as if you're standing next to a waterfall and you can't take it. What do you do? This is for Tawney. AJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm so sorry I couldn't. Yeah, say that one more time. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yes. This running water sound is hitting you like a waterfall, and you feel like having the Arcana Tech headphones on is making it worse, and it's starting to hurt. What do? Do you let your compatriots know? Honestly, I think Gustav and El Cuervo, I think you do notice the water turn on as like the water pressure is through the roof as it's busting through the faucet in the bathroom.
Jeez.
We do have an ad break on right now. FYI.
Okay.
Oh, good to know.
So
I'm gonna take a drink of water.
There you go.
As you all
Perfect.
deal with a lot of water.
Hi, people watching the VODs. Whoa.
I'm glad that was the time when everything was weird.
Oh gosh.
That's fair.
We're trying to think like, okay, what are we gonna do in this situation?
Yeah, I guess this gives you all a second to think about what's going on.
Tawny screaming note down the hallway. Incomplete denial.
Ah, okay, very good.
Charlotte, did you see what Morphos just posted?
The Sending Stone Arena presents Fallout Bard on their world-renowned Sugar We're Going Down Cast Featherfall tour.
I
Perfect.
have
All right, we're about to be back
Featherfall.
from the ad break.
We're going down into the surprise round.
Oh no!
Oh,
What an amazing
inspiration!
back from the break. And thank you,
Inspiration.
Matt JJ15, for the follow. Boom.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Inspiration to you through the camera as well. But for we're going down in the surprise round. That's an amazing drop, and Abby, you do get inspiration for that. So that is
Oh, wow.
it works like your bardic. So you just kind of have like a running, non-expirative 1d6 you can add at any point to a roll. So very good. This encourages all of you to do more emo, pop punk, rock and roll, puns. Please, holy smokes. Shay, you were going to say something, or we're in the room with the three of you, El Cuervo, Gustav. Tawney has just apparently left into the hallway, screaming "Nope, nope, nope!" as this faucet sound is overwhelming, disproportionate to the sound that's coming from the bathroom. What do you all do?
Is it going to break? I mean, I can't keep 80 over 4 beat with that thing roaring in the background. Can
Okay,
you fix
okay,
it? Can you turn it off?
okay. Just watch my back. I'll go turn it off for you.
I'm concentrating on the beat.
Okay. Cuervo sets the loot down. Make sure that does not get wet. And cautiously heads over towards the bathroom to look to see what going on with the faucet.
It's busting through the faucet, like the water starting to overflow.
Cuervo storms back for a second, takes off the jacket, like, can't believe this. All right, here we go, and tries to dive in and tries to turn it off.
All right, I'm actually gonna need an athletics check here to turn this water off. The pressure is so hard and strong.
Oh wow, okay. That's not Cuervo's best at all. It's gonna be a 11 again.
An 11. Okay, an 11 is just enough to. It takes a second to turn it off, and as you do, from the pool of water that's pooled in the sink as it's almost overflowing, immediately an apparition comes flying out of it, and it's going to take a strike at you. What is El Cuervo's armor class?
Armor class 15.
15. Let me look at what we're at here. Just have to look at my stat block. With a 23, with a 23, that hits.
No way. That's not even shield's gonna help with that one.
And you are going to take 1 point of necrotic damage and 6 points of cold damage. As this it looks like the silhouette of like a woman with long hair, and the hair is like it whips out at you with this ice cold water from this pool. I'm actually going to need the three of you to roll initiative. Tawny, you can roll initiative as well. We're just going to see if you can hear what's going on your turn.
Okay.
I'm actually going to ask Froz and Victor to roll initiative as well.
Oh, all right.
And you all just let me know what you got.
I rolled a rough magic die and I got a nat 20. So for 22.
Buy rough magic dice and you'll get nat 20s as well.
Dun, 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 dun.
Rough magic, not rough rolls.
Cuervo for 19.
19, okay.
Victor had a 9.
A 9, all right, for Victor.
Tawny got a 15.
Okay, Tawny.
And Froz got a 13.
A 13. Okay.
Does
Very
Cuervo get a
good.
reaction from that damage before we start initiative order?
I'm gonna say
Cuervo has
no.
rebuke.
Oh, you can rebuke. I'll say you can rebuke in this moment. Yes.
Okay, cool. All of a sudden, let's go ahead and cast the rebuke. Give me a second. Just gotta roll the damage for that. That is going to be dexterity saving throw of 15.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a
Uh,
natural 7. Bring on the fire damage.
rebuke is rebuke's 9 fire damage.
Oh, it's not?
Oh,
Oh,
9 fire,
damage.
9 fire damage. Yeah. So
Nine.
as Cuervo reels back, their hand sticks out almost out of fear, and all of a sudden snaps, and a bit of billowing smoke comes out of his wrist, and that smoke almost instantly forms a black oak single shot pistol, and then a beam of red just instantly hits and ignites.
Some of the water explodes and immediately simmers into steam as the puddle that this thing has come up from is starting to boil as you hear a screech. And then that is top of the initiative with Gustav. Wow, both of my beings rolled the exact same on initiative, so that'll be interesting. But first we have Gustav with a 22 on a nat 20.
Okay, how far away is this apparition?
Less than 15 feet. You're in like a room. You're in like a hotel room, and it's in the bathroom.
Got you. Can Gustav like kind of scramble back over like maybe the bed and get a bit of cover and then cast dissonant whispers on it?
Ooh, yes, you can. What does Dissonant Whispers do?
So I whisper a discordant melody that one creature of my choice can hear, and it has to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
So Gustav kind of like sings out like a really discordant, like ugly off range note that only the apparition can hear.
Oh my goodness. All right. Wisdom save coming right up. It does get an 18 on its wisdom save.
Oh, okay. Mine's 15. But it's still
To take half?
Actually no.
Oh, to save or suck?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's a bummer. But yes, this thing, as it bubbles, it starts to come down in temperature, and it sort of rebuffs that whisper as the whisper gargles.
So sorry.
in the
It's
water.
half damage, actually. My bad.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll roll that real
The
quick.
whisper will still gargle, but some of it gets in and pierces through this water.
So it's gonna be, this is already halved, 5 psychic damage.
5 psychic damage. Okay. As you deliver this whisper that only it can hear, it if water could contort in pain, you see it contort as it's starting to form more and more this dripping silhouette of this swampy woman who has come from some lagoon somewhere to be here. And as you do that, you start to hear a whisper in your brain. It does not harm you, but you start to hear this whisper of roaring, it's everywhere, and then it dissipates. You just really intensely for a moment, and then it dissipates as you deliver a whisper. That is your action. Any bonus action or move, you use a little bit of your movement as well.
No.
Any bonus action? No. Okay. That's Gustav's turn. And we're sticking in the same room here as Cuervo is right after with a 19.
Out pops another gun.
Let's one
Right,
after another.
And then so the second one pops out, double taps 2 magical shots, Eldritch Blast for those who are savvy to the game. So those are actual attack rolls.
All right.
Nat 1-on-1, don't worry about that. 23 on the second.
Well, that'll certainly hit.
All right. We got ourselves 3 force damage.
3 force damage.
Yeah.
As you just you just like you sort of like blow the silhouetted shoulder off of this swamp thing as it starts to materialize. You're both doing damage to this thing before it is even sort of fully out of the ethereal plane. You can tell this is absolutely a ghost and it's absolutely hostile. And
for movement, can Cuervo kind of like run backwards and somewhat leap backwards onto the bed itself? Just
you
basic
will
stuff.
you will get an opportunity attack.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'll take it. Opportunity attack
Okay.
it is. Let's go.
Okay. That's a 19 to hit.
19 to hit. Hold on a second. Shields up.
Shield. Okay. We said your reaction was before the round started. No, this is the reaction for this round, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Shield. So where's your AC? Where's your AC now?
AC now is 20.
20. All right. I feel like you like pistol whip this like claw. You can just like just pop it, and yeah, go ahead wherever you'd like with your movement.
Yep, movement on top of the bed itself, laying on your back, like, or at least sitting up, like,
We'll jump back.
yeah, pretty
Excellent.
much.
Jump back and unload.
Yeah.
Excellent. Next is Tawney. Tawney, honest question, and I trust you. Did you rip your headphones off, or did you keep them snug on your ears as you left the room?
I put them
One-
boys right on.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to need a perception check with disadvantage at the top of your turn to see if you hear the absolute chaos going on back in room 7.
Okay. Okay. So treat that like. So that's gonna be a 15.
A 15 with disadvantage.
Yeah, I have a
Uh,
+8 to perception.
Well, despite it all, the faucet sound cuts off a little bit, and then you hear 2 eldritch blasts go off in room 7. You know something is up. You have your full movement action and bonus action. What do you do?
I am going to go back to the door, see what's going on inside. I'm going to use this as insightful fighting. And so as a bonus action, you can make that insight check against the creature. You can see, just to see if I can get advantage on this.
I roll deception, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It's really high. I got 22.
I guess 22. That will beat the 16. This ghost has surprisingly high charisma, but insightful fighting goes off without a hitch. It works. What does insightful fighting give you again? Now that you sort of gleaned
It just
into
gives
this
me
thing?
the advantage. It just gives me the advantage.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You have it. Is that your action?
That's my bonus action,
Perfect.
and that's my
You're in the
action.
room.
Gonna take.
You see. I'll give you a little bit of sort of flavor with this insightful fighting. You will have that advantage. You come in and you see just as El Cuervo like busts back through the through the door into the bed, guns blazing. You see Gustav there as well, and you see this thing start to creep out of the bathroom. This half-formed woman, as the water coming out of the faucet is now the faucets have started again. And it's murkier and it's starting to corporealize. And that you have your actions. You see this coming out of the bathroom.
And I'm just like, ew, 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 ew. And then I take my bow out. I'm really glad I had that advantage. It was a natural 1 and a 19.
19.
So it's a 19 plus stuff, plus 7 on the short bow.
Plus 7. Yeah, that'll absolutely hit. 26.
So that's gonna be 10 plus sneak attack.
Oh, baby.
So 18 total on her hit as she like.
Oh my
shoots out with the
goodness.
short bow.
18 damage with a sneak attack.
Yes.
You short bow this thing, and you see something that
Sorry.
maybe no one has ever seen. And again, we're still in initiative. We haven't even gone back to Froz and Victor yet. And you 3 have dispatched this thing with such expertise. You're working together. It's not like you haven't defeated it. It's not destroyed, but you see a ghost quiver as if in fear as it sucks back up into the faucet, and the faucet sound is gone. And the 3 of you are in the room. The aftermath of some of the sludge on the floor, it's still overflowing, but you have stopped the faucet sound as this ghost essentially retreats. And I'm going to leave the three of you with that for a moment as we settle this other part of it. And then I want to hear everyone's thoughts. Next in the initiative, my ghosts rolled very, very low. They both rolled a 5, and they only have a +1. So next is going to be Froz.
All right, so we're still in the kitchen, right?
Yes, and you two don't see anything, but you know that something is there because it just tried to pull you through the ceiling.
Mhm. I think Froz is going to look at Victor and say, I think we got to get upstairs. I don't think we should be down here with where all the knives are.
Interesting.
Victor's definitely just like looking up at you, looking at the ceiling, but also keeps extending the mage hand towards the sink to be just like, we have to turn off the water first, at least. I'm not fixing water damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. You all see the water starts suddenly shuts off.
Oh, that
Sorry.
shuts off down here as well. Okay.
It does. Yes. Sorry.
In that case, I retract the hand and I'm just like pulls out small daggers, staring at the ceiling the whole time.
Yeah, and Froz will reach like I think she keeps like a pair of drumsticks in like her belt behind her, but also like a flail. Just gonna take that out.
So you have the drumsticks next to a flail. Incredible. You're both armed up.
It's called your beating bag. It's for all the beat sticks.
So are you two? You're kind of on the cusp of being in the kitchen. Do you two leave, or are you two sort of readying actions? What would you like to do? You're both armed up now.
Yeah, I think probably just going. Froz is saying like like we should leave, but also be ready to defend ourselves if something comes at us.
Okay. I will say you two, and again, if we get back to the next round and we're still in initiative, you two can act together because you're next to each other in initiative, much like the other three, now that they're all in the same room. I would like a perception check from both of you, an active perception check here. As you're very alert, looking up to the ceiling.
There we go. Now 19.
14.
A 19 and a 14. Froz, I think you just experienced this, so you're ready to go as you're like slowly retreating, carving your path back, like, okay, let's get back upstairs. I think something lingers in your nose, Victor, as for the first time, something cuts through this stale scent, and you start to smell oil and salt and seasoning and a little bit of burn in a pan, and nothing is being cooked that you can see, but you start to smell like a grilled cheese almost, like a really nice cooked meal. And this is weird because, again, your senses have been failing you with the exception of sound. Everything is tepid. And then you suddenly hear a pounding on the walk-in freezer door where the muffled, help me, help!
I am definitely going to go over and check it out because I may be very superstitious, but I'm also very hungry.
All right.
I'm going over with a knife, but I'm also definitely like, if you make me food, I'll let you out.
So you go over and you open the door, and at this point, an older gentleman actually tumbles out, and you can tell he's a ghost. And at this point, I'm going to say with that perception check, and you opening the freezer door sets something off in terms of like the space you're in, and you can like something reverberated, like you broke some kind of glyph or seal as you let this tumbling, bumbling ghost out, and he goes, oh, and he just falls, and he's a bald man, very well put together,
Hey,
very
twins.
and he just looks up at you, and at this point we're out of initiative, and he goes, what happened? What season is it?
No. The question is, what seasoning are you using for me? I'm very hungry.
It's just a little paprika and some Fey sea salt. That's all.
It is midwinter, I believe, or start of winter.
Oh God! And you see just a haunted look, like again, a haunted look in a ghost's eyes. And he goes, "Is anyone else here with you all?" Like,
that depends on who is asking. Who is doing the asking?
I'm Mr. Ronald Corktree. I'm the chef, or I was before I was murdered here
I
last
don't believe
season.
you. I'm going to have to ask you to physically prove this to me. Please make me food.
And then
I
you
will
see
believe your story.
you see he snaps, and you and Froz both see a ghostly grilled cheese pop up on one of the stovetops, and it's ready. He goes, "Oh, okay, it's gonna burn," and he gets it off onto a plate, and he hands you a ghostly grilled cheese.
Is it good? Can I eat it?
Yes, you can try to pick it up and eat it. It's corporeal now that it's handed to you.
I graciously take it. I thank him for his gift. And if it is as good as it sounds, then I very much just I am sold. He is a good man. You said chef? Name again, Mr. Ronald, correct?
Mr.
Okay,
Mr. Corktree. Mr. Corktree. Ronald's fine.
I've eaten some weird stuff, but ghost grilled cheese is pretty up there.
I promise it's good. It's one
He's
of my favorites.
hauntingly
That I
tasty.
it is delicious, and maybe that's because you haven't eaten today, or because you just have this weird tepid taste in your mouth from the hotel. But it is delicious. And with that, I think at this point, if you two want to head upstairs, Mr. Corktree is like urging to speak to your whole group. Like he's like, I've been trapped for a whole year. I was murdered, and then I haven't been able to move about or interact with anybody. And he's scared. You see a scared ghost in front of you.
It's okay, little man. It will be fine. We have many, how you say, professionals. We will take care of you, especially for more of these.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you say little man, Froz snorts, but says nothing.
Because, all right, fella, I believe you, but I heard some ruckus, and I just want to make sure everyone here is okay, and make sure that I'm okay. And do you guys head up to the 5th floor again, or where would you be heading if not?
Yeah, I think don't see why we'd go anywhere else. I think on the way up, Froz is like, so like, who killed you? What did they do to you? Like, what was it like? Was it like a knife? Was it a sword?
No, they poisoned my food, which is just ironic. It was really good. But then, yeah, I died. And it's fine. Being a ghost is not that bad, but there are some really awful ghosts here. So one of them trapped me, and I've been trapped for a whole year. I need someone that could see us to open it, because everybody who is going back and forth over the season can't see us.
After Ronald, oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's like, Froz just goes, okay, I don't think I've ever seen ghosts before. Why can we see you now?
Well, this place is haunted. Did you play any music? Did you have like a record player, or did you sing at all? What happened?
Oh no, we are band. We are big band.
Oh,
maybe you have heard of us.
Like a band of bards?
Yes,
yeah.
A whole band of
minstrels.
Bards. Yes.
Well, that explains it. And he starts to go on this tangent about how the Overture Hotel used to be a musician's hotel, and that a lot of the ghosts here are musicians that died because they lived here and had residencies. And he also tells you that a few of the spirits are a little more malevolent. And I think
like
at this time,
was like jazz club.
I think at this time you reach the 5th floor and see what just transpired here. You guys have had a little time to clean up, but you see Froz and Victor walking in with a ghost.
Guys, we made a friend. Oh my God, what happened?
Very different experience, the two of them, from the three of you. And you're all here together.
As they walk in, Cuervo, like right before they walk in, Cuervo just like looking over towards brain fart. Sorry, Gustav. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. These ones were nasty. I met some nice ones earlier. They, of course, loved the little concert. Of course.
Why didn't you tell me?
You expect me to come to a hotel and not sing for the residents?
You didn't tell me that they wanted us. It was haunted. I should have listened. I am sorry about that.
They literally did tell us.
And you're right. As they all walk in, just startled, still rattled, like Cuervo points one of the guns to the door, like, who's that?
Actually, that would be Tawney. Tawney kind of was hiding by the door when she made that shot. And
Oh.
so she like goes back, listens to this conversation, does one of those, and then walks into the room like no one knows she was there.
Sorry. Where were you? Where were you?
Huh? What
Where were
happened?
you?
There was this like water sound, and then like it just went away.
Okay. Where does everyone at? And as everyone else walks in, there's another. Oh, sorry, Victor. Sorry, Froz. Just a little rattled is all. And
Hey,
And
Cuervo,
this-
this one makes grilled cheese.
is that an actual ghost there?
Oh,
He
Cuervo,
seems like an okay guy.
there are plenty
Two.
of fine ghosts here, it seems.
Shoot it.
I
Please, it's okay. Don't hurt me. I'm a nice ghost. Okay, that sounds weird. I promise I'm not hostile. Okay, I'm a
Prove it.
chef.
I feel safe. I feel safe around the whole band, and you are not hostile. Come on in.
Okay.
We will
And
mind our
this is-
matters.
And he comes and he goes, I need to sit down for a second. I've been in the walk-in freezer for a whole year, and he's just like kind of rambling on about.
Wait, you are a ghost. Why can't you pass through walls? Why are you stuck in freezer?
Like I said to these guys, if someone can't see us, they can't let us out. It's this weird little thing that the one of the nastier guys here, fellow by the name of Roram, he's just awful. He trapped me in this freezer, and no one wanted to let me out because no one wanted to make him mad because he's Mr. King Ghost around here. I don't know. He's just mumbling and bumbling.
You
What
mean
is his
a thing
name?
like that? Sorry, go ahead.
What was that, Victor?
Oh, I was going to ask about like King Ghost. So there's no like democratic system here. You can't like vote for who is like head of house.
They have
Well-
presidential suites here. Haven't you heard?
Yes.
Not king, queen, regal suites.
Well, honestly, listen. I'm a stickler for the rules, but I'm newly dead. If people have been dead, if they're ghosts, if they're coming from Shadowfell, I don't think they care about rules very much.
You must seize the means of ectoplasmic production, my friend.
I'm just here to make grilled cheese and some pulled pork.
You can make pulled pork.
Well, they took all the pork, and I was in the middle of making a grilled cheese when I got killed, and I just
They
fed
take
this
the
one.
meat
I
and they
can-
take the pork. This is just insane.
I know that's why I never want, one winter I drew the short end of the stick and had to do the whole supervisor thing. I didn't like it. So anyway, I can make more grilled cheese. Please keep me safe from this guy. Now that I'm out, I'm afraid he's gonna come after me. And you see this quivering ghost, and he's just looking for protection. Do you all share with? Do either of you share your other supernatural experiences with each other?
Yeah, somebody tried to grab me out into the ceiling.
Okay.
I got.
They must have been
scratched.
really strong.
I
I
got
keep
literally
telling
scratched
you
by
that's
a
why
water
we
ghost.
should all shave our heads. It's very easy to get grabbed by hair.
Absolutely not.
What?
agree.
It said all of this? Come on. You know how many years it took for me to grow all this out? Come on now.
Absolutely. It takes forever.
So
I agree. I'm
take it
bald.
there. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
well, I take it there are ghosts who wish to do us harm. Apparently, this was in the contract that Tawney failed to read in its entirety. Fine, okay. We're here now. There are ghosts who wish to do us harm, and there are friendly ghosts like you. You seem to have your wits about you. What do you know about strange sort of neither sort of apparitions, neither friendly nor harmful? I've seen those as well. They seem to jive with my music, my singing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I where were they? In the dining hall, in the lobby, in the lounge?
I think it was the lounge.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I like to. Well, I was dead for about a week, and then I got trapped, and that's kind of where I spent my time. There's a lot of really nice ghosts there. It used to be a ballroom, but this guy Roran, he's just so angry, and there's this dripping woman. She's terrifying, and there's this guy who carries an axe. And he looks very furry. Those are
Victor cuts you off when he hears about the dripping woman. I'm sorry. Can we go back to that one?
Oh, trust me, it's not as sexy as it sounds.
I'd rescind my previous question. Carry on.
No, she's terrifying. She's the worst one besides this Roran guy. His whole thing is like reflecting and like stealing your soul through your reflection, and then she's got the water thing, and then there's the oh god, I don't know what to do.
But we got rid of the water woman, didn't we? That was
Wait,
easy,
what?
right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, she was here. Bathroom just goes right in there, and then all of a sudden she cuts my shirt, a little bit of my shoulder. And it still kind of hurts. I popped her a few times, and we popped her a few times, and she ran off.
You two are such good heroes.
Well, you would expect anything else from the leading band members? Come on.
Wait, the dripping woman attacked you and you survived?
Yeah.
They're just so amazing.
See, Ronald, like I said, we are professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like some color returns to his face, even though he's a ghost, and he's just like relieved, and he goes, "Well, I've never met anybody who could hurt one of the ghosts here."
We're not mercenaries. We won't count ourselves as paladins or ghostbusters or anything like that. But we can protect ourselves. We have before.
Mr. Ronald, I do not mean to be insensitive to the fact that you were obviously locked away, but like, if you have not come across better adventures than us, you should really try getting out more. We are good, but there are clearly people better than us. We are a band.
They don't come here. This place is for rich folks and people who've never worked a day in their life and people who need jobs. That's it.
Well, there must be a misunderstanding.
Place.
We're here to put in a lot of work on our next album. We have lyrics to write. We have to get the chords just so. Apparently, we're not the regular clientele, but we'll do what we can in the meantime. I mean, our first priority is songwriting. I have to remind everyone that's what we're here for.
Yes. Gustav, our contract did say that we would help with the caretaking. I think as part of the caretaking, we can help take care of the problem. Huh?
Yeah, but at the cost of our well-being. I mean, they're already dead. I mean, worst case scenario, we fail, they take us out, and then we join the residency here for the next band of schmoes to come on in, and the cycle continues.
Just as you say that, El Cuervo, the mirror in the bathroom cracks right down.
The gun pops back out again, spastically, like.
I cast mending on it immediately.
As you cast mending on it, as if you've angered something, there's a mirror just above one of like the nightstands that shatters. And I'm actually going to need probably, I think, Gustav, because you were closer to the bed, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa, I'm a spooky ghost saying thank you, Sayrim, for the follow. Whoa.
Thank you.
Oh, as this mirror shatters with thankfulness for them and with harm towards you, you actually take 6 halved to 3 points of piercing damage as this mirror shatters towards you as if you've angered something, and you see that Mr. Corktree actually looks white as a ghost, as his actual ghostliness, as he says, "Oh God, I think you I think you guys made him angry.
No, I
Lauren.
did nothing. I did absolutely nothing.
You hurt the dripping woman. You hurt one
I
of the
did not
ghosts.
hurt anyone. I don't know what you're talking about. I was
Well,
not
no,
in
it's
that
good.
room.
She's evil. She's bad, but I think you made him angry.
No, it's okay. It's his science. They introduced lots of warm air to the area. The room cooled off very quickly. It's no more ghost problem. It is just heat distribution. It's probably nothing, right?
Froz is just like,
No.
hey, you want to pussy around with mirrors or do you want to fight, huh? Come on.
Of
As
course,
you
of
say
course.
that, where is Froz in the room?
Froz is like out in the middle of the room, like looking around, being like, gonna find a ghost and I'm gonna punch it.
As you're in the middle of the room, you see there's like a really shiny looking lamp, and you see as you say this, you catch your reflection in that lamp, and then you hear a ghost whisper in your ear, "Good enough," and then something pops out from this lamp, like a distorted version of you almost, but like if it was a mirror, it would be you, but it's from this like golden tinted reflection, and it's going to try to attack you.
Oh boy.
Natural one, as this thing lunges and overextends. What does Frost do in this moment as a reaction?
I think Froz just immediately is just going to, and honestly, yeah, she would punch it even if she has weapons. In this case, I think that would be her immediate reaction, is just unarmed attack at it.
Go ahead and roll an unarmed attack.
Oh no, that is a 2 on the die. Plus, yeah, that's not going to hit anything.
You and this reflection of you from this distorted reflection end up in a stalemate as it lunges, and you punch it as it dissipates into light and a little bit of steam as that radio static sound starts to overtake you. And then you hear the chopping of wood all of a sudden. And I think right there is where we're going to take our break for the one shot for the Overture Hotel. Producer Charlotte, what do you think is a good break time? Sorry to break the wall. Just want to make sure it's a good break time.
Oh, hi, everybody. We can probably do a 10-minute if that works for you guys.
Okay.
All right. We'll see everyone in 10 minutes to see how Fallout Bard deals with this very angry ghost that they've harmed. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the Overture Hotel, folks. We come back to Fallout Bard in room 7 with their grilled cheese making ghost friend, Mr. Corktree, and a spooky little encounter with someone named Rory, as Froz just had a bit of a stalemate with them, and the sound of chopping wood becomes very prevalent in your ears. I'll say in this moment, some awful smell has overcome this room. It's getting pretty overwhelming, and so is this. Like, it's you can tell that. And actually, I'm going to need a group. I would like a group insight check as we get back into things. To sort of sum up what all of you have been experiencing with these specters and ghosts.
That'll be a 12 for Victor.
12 for Victor.
9 for Cuervo.
Froz got a 15.
I got 1.
Gustav got 4.
You're
Oh,
all
wait. Never mind. I didn't get a 1. I got, because I'm an inquisitive bard. Oh, no, never mind. That's for lying. No one's lying right now.
Oh,
So
I
that
see. I see. Okay, I think that Froz, you got a 15, right?
Yep.
I think you, having been the one that was just attacked by this specter, this ghost, you can tell that this one is a lot fiercer, a lot more dangerous. And on a 15, actually, I'm going to roll a contested roll here. Contested deception. On a 15, you can tell that this much fiercer, much more dangerous ghost is scared of you all. It was not expecting you to be able to affect it at all.
Is Mirror Froz still there?
No, it's just your regular reflection. It's gone back, as if they've retreated.
I think Froz gets like a very toothy grin and just goes, "He's afraid."
That's
Victor, like,
awesome.
whispers over, like, yeah, and so am I.
Guys, one recommendation. If you want to piss off some ghosts, can we do it outside of the room? This guy's getting way too close quarters, and especially for us, we might get caught in crossfire. My suggestion, back to the dining hall. Maybe bring the instruments, play loud, play hard. Maybe the hostiles will come to us.
Hey, Cuervo,
Do you have my
actually,
keys?
I actually have something for you. And I'd like to take this moment to activate my little turret cannon guy. As the artificer alchemist, I have a little sonic cannon, essentially. Originally I was designing this as subwoofer, but this should, stay nearby and help you out.
Okay, definitely get out of this room.
Wait, I need my keys.
In my back pocket. Wait, you have the keys. He forgot to lock the tour bus. He has the keys though.
Great. Tawney has the keys back. Cuervo's been gifted by Victor this new toy, I'll call it.
It is like an automaton. It will just kind of like follow him around.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
Where do you all head? You said are you all going with El Cuervo's plan of the dining hall?
I like El Cuervo's plan. I think we should give him a real show. They haven't heard anything from the likes of us. And I think if we're going to duke it out, let's do it on our terms. As a band.
All right. As you all make your way to the dining hall, where the stage is, with your instruments, with the automaton, with Mr. Corktree here timidly following, I'm going to need, it's going to be random, I'm going to need Tawney and Gustav to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Natural 20.
Dirty 20. Let's go. Fallout Bard. 5 ever.
As both of you, you feel some kind of ghostly presence put hands on your shoulders as you both shiver away the chills, and you both feel yourself rebuffing a possession as these ghosts are getting desperate to try and take you over. And as you're going down, you can tell that they're going to just keep trying. But you both just and actually, Tony, on that natural 20, I'll say that you actually feel it was the dripping woman that was trying to possess you, and you can tell on that 20 that she is doing it with some malice, and she has some kind of bone to pick with you, as you're the one that truly harmed her for the first time in maybe her undead tenure, we'll call it.
Tawny will do this and walk off, but then she's gonna smile as she's walking off and they don't know it, but I do.
As this sliding scale of who is afraid, you or the ghosts, goes back and forth, you make it to the dining hall with all of your instruments, Froz with the sticks, Gustav with the pipes, El Cuervo with a lute and arcane pistols in tow, Victor with a whole mess of things, I'm sure, and Tawney with the keys to the tour van. As you all make it down and you get a glimpse out of some of the picture windows, it's as if winter has arrived in the last 45 minutes. The storm that was imminent has completely gone off. It is storming. It's nearly invisible as the sideways snow goes back and forth outside. You see that sort of out in the middle. You can almost, it's as if you can't see the tour bus. It's that thick. And then you can also see it going off back and forth as it reflects on the mirror maze, as the mirror maze continues to get more and more snowed in as you all make your way to the dining hall. Once you're here, what is the plan of action?
So we're gonna give them the classic set list, or should we gem that 3 count we were doing?
Yeah, let's give them the top hits. Yeah. And then let's close it out with a little bit of a experimentation. Try it out. Try out some new material, yeah? Yeah, like a good old jam sesh.
All right.
I'm gonna faint.
Victor's definitely nervous
Tawney?
enough that he's gonna cast shield on himself real quick.
Tawney, front row. I want you front and center. You are our
Anything.
longest, biggest fan for so long, from the
I would
very
do
beginning.
anything with any of you, for any of you.
Sure.
The most
Front
devoted
row.
manager, asterisk and manager. You all make your way into the dining hall. You get set up. Sound check. Tawney approves. And as you launch into the Fallout Bard set of the century, you just got off of tour. You're all Froz hits you in. You're all in form. You're just your last tour. Your last show was 3 days ago on a tour across the ethereal the material plane. So you're all in form. I'm going to need a group persuasion check, not persuasion, performance check.
Okay.
As you all just rock hard. And Tawney, as the manager, I will allow you to grant advantage to one person. And I will also allow you to throw bardics at each other while you're playing if you would like for this check.
Cuervo's going to toss inspiration towards Gustav, backing him up during the courses. So he'll be as his backup vocals. He'll toss inspiration.
Awesome.
We are stacking. If one person happens to get 2, but there's 5 of you. So Gustav, sorry, go ahead.
I got what is it, a D6?
Let me double check my inspiration because we're all different levels.
For me,
except for Gustav.
Yeah,
I'm D8. I'm actually going to activate Mantle of Inspiration. Right before we begin the set, I turn to the band and I say, we've done this 1,000,000 times across the plains. Let's give them a show to die for.
Okay.
I can choose 4 other creatures, which is perfect. You all gain temporary hit points. 2 times what I roll here. So give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, it's gonna be 16
Dang.
Wow.
Wow.
temporary hit points.
Huge.
16.
Amazing.
As part of Cuervo's movie inspiration, he's just gonna crack his neck side to side after that. Like, okay, let's play.
Sorry,
points.
it's only 9. My bad.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
still
Bonus
good.
points if you get the movie reference.
Oh.
Nothing to bark at. I'm sorry I missed the movie reference too. All right. So Cuervo has thrown an inspiration Gustav's way. Anybody else throwing inspiration? Tawney, again, you can throw advantage one person's way as the manager.
I'm gonna do it to. I think I'm gonna go ahead to Froz. I'm gonna go ahead and give that inspiration. I need them drums. Well, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, that advantage.
Advantage, sure.
Nice.
I
Thank
would
you.
like to throw the Victor would like to throw inspiration over to El Cuervo. Just kind of
All right.
like watch over the turret. It will watch over you. You just watch over it.
All right, I'll time the boom.
And I think Froz is going to get an inspiration to Tawney as well, just giving her a quick wink before getting into the set.
Aw. Tawney has inspiration now. And great. So the four of you playing, I need, now that Tawny's giving advantage to Froz, you all have your various inspirations. Give me this group performance check as you try to blow the lid off of this snowy hotel.
Mhm. All right. Very glad for that advantage. That's a 22.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
12, not bad. Not bad. It's a group check.
28.
28. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a 29.
20. Oh, you just had to outdo El Cuervo with the 29.
I like turn
20.
over my shoulder and wink at him.
The rivalry of the century.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We make each other better musicians.
That's
That-
literally their whole point. That's their shtick.
With that pretty impressive group performance check, I'm going to say that very clearly, especially now that it's evening and you're actually playing, you're like essentially breaking one of the rules. You're playing outside of your room at night, and you just see the place come alive with ghosts that are closer to Mr. Corktree than these other malevolent spirits. And you see, like, it's closer to the people that you were singing for, Gustav, earlier, as this place comes alive with dancing and with lounging, and you see a bartender pouring ethereal drinks for people behind the bar. You're not sure if you'll be able to get your hands on one of those to drink it in time because they're ghostly drinks, but you're all just jamming and you're rocking. You see people, just really going for it, and they really love it. And eventually you're playing and you're playing. I think you get through like maybe 2 songs. The crowd's going wild. Certainly not a dead crowd, if you will, even though they're ghosts. They're alive with this. And all of a sudden, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from everybody on stage. I think that actually includes Tawney as well in the front row, as the chandelier that's above the stage comes crashing down. It's a glass chandelier, and it comes crashing down on all of you.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Nice.
I got a 10.
Victor's a little bit of a struggle bus, doing a lot of the work and not reaping a lot of the benefits with that 10.
Gustav got a 10 as well.
A 10 as well. Okay.
I got a 22 for Tawney.
22.
Burn that inspiration Victor gave me. Going for 16.
Anybody who got a 15 or higher takes 19 halved to 9 points of it doesn't really matter, piercing or bludgeoning or slashing. It's just glass pieces coming down at you.
Okay,
Anybody
that's
who
okay.
did not get a 15 takes the full 19 points of damage. As roar him, you can tell it's him because the chandelier is made of a bunch of different, those little reflective bulbs that chandeliers are made out of sometimes, like little crystal. Like it's all him as it comes crashing down with a force unnatural to anything that you've seen so far. And I'm gonna ask for yeah, I'd like to see, like, are you guys continuing to play? Are you trying to play through this?
Just to check, so if we failed, we took 19.
19 points of, I'm going to call it slashing damage.
Okay.
Because it's a glass shard. It's just, just coming down and kind of a ball of glass coming down and exploding, essentially. Scary stuff.
We gotta keep playing.
Cuervo tries to keep playing, at least to finish the song out.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to need one more performance check from all of you. And again, you can retroactively throw bardics your way if you'd like. The crowd goes wild as this thing comes down and you all still are just playing through it. I think like a lute solo hits.
Bardic inspiration to Froz during the solo, saying you better keep fucking playing right now. Excuse language, sorry, but like nothing's freaking stopping you right now. Keep this power going. So
yeah. Awesome. Anybody else throwing bardics anywhere?
I burnt mine.
Oh boy, okay.
Right,
yeah, I'll give bardic to Victor, which is a D8.
Hack yours.
I said, give it up to our electric triangle player.
Coming in with that theremin vibe with a
With
a strong 18.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right on the heels of Froz's drum solo, it's like cymbal crash into the triangle, right as Gustav says that. All right, what did we get for
18?
18? Okay, better than 12.
Right. Yeah, using that bardic, I got a 15 in total.
15 in total. Oh, sorry, Tony, you can throw advantage someone's way again.
Oh, okay.
As the biggest fan of Fallout Bard.
Good.
You're just screaming, you're headbanging, you're starting to pit with these ghosts.
She's just gonna go ahead. Yeah, she'll give this one to Gustav.
Okay, I'll roll again. Okay,
Tawny's over there starting the wave.
A wave in the mosh pit.
Oh, yes.
Both of them. A wave. It's just both of those is what a wild concept.
So I got a 23 performance.
23, and then El Cuervo round us out.
26. And is there a chance to time the automaton? The automaton has an air cannon attack? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it has 125-foot range for some god awful reason. It does like a 5-foot push and 2d8 force damage.
Okay, so as Cuervo was riffing out, he looks towards the automatons, like, and eyes Gustav. Highest note, let him have it. Just growls out, and so yeah, to our ghost attacker, that's what he says to.
Give him the wubs.
Yeah. Time it. Best notes.
The highest note gets hit on the fever pitch of the song. Yep. From the lute solo into the drum solo, the pitch going with Tawney, and then that electric triangle theremin vibe matches the pitch of that high note from Gustav, and it's as if the ghost didn't cause it this time, but the high pitch caused it this time. Another chandelier in the audience this time comes crashing down as you see a bunch of ghosts jump out of the way, and it comes crashing down, and instead of shattering, it starts to grow and contort as you see a ghost possessing this chandelier. And I'm going to need everybody in this moment as you hear to roll initiative.
There's no chance I can just cast mending on that, right?
You can try.
No, we got an at one.
Oh no!
Bad time to joke.
Oh
We're
my.
already.
All right. Froz got a 9.
Yep, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Froz with a 9.
Nice.
Someone else let me have it.
Gustav has 12.
12.
Tawny got a 19.
19 from Tawney.
I
Cuervo,
love
natural 9. Cuervo with natural 19 for a 24.
24 from El Cuervo. Woo. And then who am I missing? Victor. Natural 1, right? Sorry. I remember now. Okay. And then let me roll for our ghosties here. Yeah, not great initiative rolls from the ghosts. But as you see this specter, Victor, what's the full number?
So altogether, that would have been a 3.
A 3. Okay. All right. Victor, and then you see a bunch of the crowd scatter as they're all screaming and shouting like, "Oh, get out of here!" And everyone's you never seen a group of ghosts disperse as if something chaotic is happening at some event, and they're all dispersing. You see Mr. Corktree ducks and covers into the kitchen as you see the doors to the outside courtyard burst open, absolutely burst open, and that gust of wind puts out the fire in the main lobby as the cold starts to come into the room. And I am going to need everybody here to brace themselves as these 3 unique specters come your way. The sprinkler system comes down as water starts to pour, and you know who it is. The dripping woman starts to materialize right over in the corner of the room. You have a living chandelier in the middle of the room that is reflecting all of you onto the floor. It's starting to do something awful, and then whatever is busting in from outside. And actually, our resident mariachi with a 24 will kick us off here.
Cuervo will stash his loot underneath something safe. That way it doesn't get wet, it doesn't get damped. And as he leaps off the stage, a bit of smoke starts billowing out of his jacket and pours out of the side of it. And in midair, smoke puffs out on each side. And as he lands, there are multiple images of El Cuervo. He casts mirror image.
In defiance of this mirror ghost, you cast mirror image to match its gimmick. You're sort of matching its energy as the performer you are. Incredible move.
Thank you.
Is that your action, right?
That is action, yeah, because that's all I can do.
Pretty sick. Any bonus action or movement?
Movement, a little bit close, a little bit more into the crowd to try to draw their fire.
Cool. You jump down the stage.
Yep. Jump off the stage onto the dining floor and
Sir.
get into the fray.
All right. Cuervo has made his stand. Tawney, you are next. You're already on the floor. Cuervo is now next to you as you were in the front row. All of the ghosts have dispersed. They're all on their way out. Some of them are quivering in the corner. It's essentially, the 5 of you and the 3 of these much worse ghosts coming your way. What does Tawney do?
Tawny sees that there's nowhere for her to run to, nowhere for her to hide. And she's gonna do that same type of thing, do the inquisitive, roll an insight check against the deception on the water woman.
Okay.
Again, we'll see what happens. Let's see.
Here we go. Rivalry of the Ages.
Okay.
Okay, it's a 14 from the dripping woman.
Yeah. So, and insight. 22.
22.
Yes.
You have this dripping woman's number once again.
All right. We're going at it again.
She's starting to materialize. Oh,
Don't even lie. I'm not even gonna touch it. I got another natural 20.
oh baby.
Not even.
That's double sneak attack, isn't it?
Yes. So.
Holy smokes.
So she's gonna go ahead and do the first one. Hit her with the short. Do you want me to double the dice, or do you want me to roll twice for the dice?
I like to double the dice. I just think
All
it's
right.
more fun. If you don't have the dice, that's fine. But
Okay.
yeah, I like to roll double the amount. So that's 2 dice from your short bow, and then double your sneak attack as well.
All right.
And then
So
add
that
that modifier.
short bow is going to be 10 again, because that's
Uh-huh.
a 3. I got 3 on that dice. Sneak attack 2d6 doubled will be 16.
Okay. As
26.
Cuervo jumps off the stage next to you, and you have this thing's number, and you just put a shot right through the wretched, watery heart of this dripping woman. Uh, how do you dissipate this spirit and send it to the depths of Shadowfell from this place? Like, what happens? What does it look like?
I think this. She sees everybody, and she says, "Not my band, not this time." she sets her bow straight into her heart.
The protective band manager. You shoot the dripping woman, and before she even completely materializes, puffs into mist as the sprinklers stop, the running water stops, and I'm actually going to need an intimidation check now from Tawney as you destroy one of these specters right off the bat.
This is my favorite dice now. It's another natural 20. I'm taking another picture of that.
I can't. Okay.
I got another picture. I'm sending them to the Discord. It's both.
I need you to retire this dice like a jersey number. This is crazy. I think with a natural 20 intimidation, I actually think that you actually see the chandelier. I'm gonna need a perception check from everyone actually, as the chandelier drops in form and just falls to the floor as the inanimate object it was. Give me a perception check, everyone.
That is a 22.
Froz,
10.
you catch it before you catch it. Anybody with above like an 18 catches this. And Froz, you can share it with the group. You see some specter leave the chandelier and rush outside against the gust of this wind. You sort of essentially upstream on this cold, cold wind that you're feeling. It's getting colder in here. But it leaves. It leaves towards the maze.
Let's go into the maze.
Are we in
We were just getting
initiative still?
started.
Yes, sorry, we are in initiative still, and that is going to be Tawney. I cannot believe that was all your turn. Any bonus action from Tawney?
That she used her bonus action to do.
Okay, very
The only
good.
thing she has is her movement, and she will take that movement. If he's running, she'll use her. Can I just use feline agility? Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna double my speed. I'm gonna go right behind him with that movement.
All right,
So that's
you all see this display from your band manager, and then she just barrels after this spirit.
all
Froz
fours.
points
Just
out. Oh man, bounds from all fours after this ghost that was once intimidating is now intimidated and is running fast. Froz points it out as you all go, and that actually is going to be Gustav's turn next. We are still in initiative.
Okay, so how far are they from the stage now?
I'm going to say it's pretty far. I'm going to say it's, I think, probably the chandelier was 50 feet, and then it's like another 50 feet toward the end of the dining hall. So essentially, what's Tawney's speed? What's the doubled?
It's a lot. It's a tabaxi, right?
it's 60 though. I didn't I had already used my bonus, so she has 30
Okay.
30 feet.
So you cover a lot of ground. You essentially get just past where the chandelier was, as it is just now leaving the room, and essentially like it's in the doorway to get outside.
Okay.
So they're both Tony about 60 feet away, and then the specter is about 100 feet away and stuff.
Okay. Gustav wants to get within 60 feet of the specter.
Okay.
So he's going to use Misty Step to move 30 feet,
Mm.
a little bit closer, and then he's going to he's got a really high walking speed as an air genasi, I guess. Gonna walk 35 feet through the house, through the hotel.
I imagine the wind in your hair that's there even without the breeze sort of helps you with that resistance against the cold air that's coming into the hotel. As you deftly get 30 feet misty steps, 35 more feet, and you actually pass Tawney, who's on all fours. The two of you bum rush this specter.
Yes.
You are within 30 feet of it.
Okay, and the Misty Step was an ability rather than a spell. So I'm going to cast command at the specter, and I'm going to like bellow out with every sort of strength I have, like all the wind in my lungs, halt. And so the specter has to make a wisdom save.
Oh my goodness. For those of you who are Dimension 20 fans, if we had a box of Doom, this is where we would pull it out. Folks, what does the Spectre have to get on this wisdom save?
It is going to be 15.
15. Okay.
Is the DC.
Is a wisdom save?
Yep.
It gets
I know
plus
ghosts
2 to this roll.
can be wise sometimes.
This ghost is a little wiser than the other ones, like the Dripping Woman. Plus 2 to this roll. So a 12 or under, and this thing is commanded. Here we go. That is a natural 6 for an 8.
Yay! Hell yeah!
Just as it makes it outside in an unnatural way, as the lead singer of Fallout Bard uses those warmed up pipes to say halt. It fills the entire hotel, just like that radio static did, just like the dripping water did, and the Spectre halts, more so freezes in its frigid temperature right as it's about to go outside. You do all know there's one other ghost floating around somewhere, but the head honcho, Aurorium, this mirror spirit is now halted.
Did they stop in the name of love?
Stop in the name of fear.
I could only use a one-word command otherwise. On Roram's turn, they can take no action or bonus action.
This is huge.
And it can't move at all. So, okay.
This is huge as we now go to Froz's turn. Now, Froz, the ghost is halted. It is quite a bit of ways away from you, but it is your turn.
Like, so bit of ways away means probably further than one movement, right?
Yes. Yeah. The stage is about 100 feet away from where, Gustav and Tawney really closed in using a lot of resources.
All right. Dang, I have spells. I forgot. I'm not just a barbarian. Do I have anything that would work there?
The barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Classic drummer.
I think Froz is going to use her movement to get as close as she can, and is going to point at Rory, and is just going to slowly draw her thumb across her throat as she casts True Strike.
What is the range on True Strike?
30 feet. So I guess that still wouldn't be close enough, would it?
No, because you can get 30 or 60 if you use a dash action.
Which then I couldn't cast the spell. Dang it.
Correct. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's see.
That's where you're at. You would still have a bonus action left if you use that.
Nah, in that case, I'll just take my dash action.
Okay.
Nothing else I can do.
You've caught up with Tawney though, so you are all making your way towards these ghosts. That is Rorium's turn. The mirror spirit can do nothing. It is halted. And that leads us down to, because the dripping woman no longer exists on this plane, down to Victor.
Wonderful. It is time. I don't like these ghosts hurting my friends. So I'm going to jog up the 25 feet of movement that I have. And then,
do what you can.
Because it works a lot better than throwing the hand axe myself, I will use my action to cast Catapult on my hand axe, which means you have to make a dex save of 15, which would be at disadvantage because you are stuck where you are at.
I think that's fair.
It has a range of 90 feet because of the spell.
Yeah, that'll do it. I guess yes. Roran is making this with disadvantage. +3 to a dex save, but let's see. 10 plus 3 is 13 on the lower.
So that would fail.
Okay.
So you are going to take, let me double check this. That's going to be 3d8 bludgeoning for catapult spell. And then
Okay.
1d6 for the hand axe.
Oh, this absolute artificery contraption BS. Oh my goodness.
Oh, don't worry. That's just my action. The bonus action is when the cannon gets to do its thing.
Oh, great.
So first, the 3d8 is going to be 15 for the 3d8.
That's bludgeoning, right? Magical
That's
bludgeoning.
Slashing is 2.
Okay.
And then the cannon is going to, as my bonus action, move up the 15 feet of movement it can get. Also target the guy and blast him for, well, let me see if, because that's a ranged spell attack. 7, 8, 9. So does a 19 hit Mr. Ghosty?
Believe it or not, it does.
It does. So that's going to be an additional 2d8 and force him to move 5 feet forward.
Oh, God.
So that's going to be 5 more damage to that guy.
5 more damage to
And that is force
Roran.
damage.
Force damage.
Yes.
Very good distinction. Very specific. Important. And then you see the halted Roran move 5 feet, further outside against the wind, as snow is essentially like started to be covered in snow. Even just these 6 seconds of halted, like it's coming down that badly that they're just snow capped now, much like what is outside. Holy smokes! A hell of a turn from Victor and Victor's cannon. That takes us back up
I told
to
you, Cuervo, it would watch your back.
Diego, I need you to know the chat needs a triangle solo from Victor. No pressure.
I think this is also necessary. I'm saying this as a GM and as a fan of the triangle. So I can't wait to hear
If you
when that
want,
is.
technically, I would have had to cast a spell for the catapult. I could give you a performance right now roll just to top it off.
Oh, we love bards casting through their instruments. Please, we'll say that this cannon is like cast from the sound of this electric triangle. Give us a performance check on the triangle solo.
That is going to be a 21.
21. Incredible.
Of course, the first
It
time I
really-
break 20 is like on this roll tonight.
On this roll, sure. But the triangle solo is incredible, and this radio static has never gone away. And I'll say that this triangle is finally fighting back against that last sound. The sound of chopping wood, the sound of the radio. The water is gone because of Tawney. But the other two sounds persist. And we are back up after that amazing triangle solo, back up to El Cuervo.
That's an electronic triangle, which probably means it makes more than one note. So it's probably sounding like a xylophone solo at this point.
I think Diego said theremin earlier, like theremin energy, which is
Yep.
yeah.
Just checking the math on here. The range for Cuervo's eldritch guns are 120 feet. So
Come on.
he's gonna make his
That's
movement. He's gonna do his full 30 and then hopefully be
just
in range.
gross. Okay, yeah.
Okay. That's like
It's hilarious.
to respond to Victor of the cannon having his back, he'll just point the guns and be like, time to return the favor. Because he's far back, he's not catching up. So 2 eldritch blasts, natural 17 and natural 14 plus 7. So
Those will both hit.
20. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Those will both hit.
Okay. So let's
Woof.
go. Boom and boom. Hold on. And sorry, my damage die is being weird. 5
all good.
and 5 and 8.
5 and 8, and this is on Roram.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Sorry, math. 13. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
13
Okay.
13 total. Yeah.
Uh, as much as a halted ghost can look, like there's just so much happening at this ghost, like with the snow in the front, and then it's just been completely assailed by cannon fire and daggers and catapults and pistoleros with eldritch blasts, and it's just like it's you know in those deep cut reference, you know when Bruce Almighty, not Bruce Almighty, click
Yeah.
when Adam Sandler pauses and just punches Dan Marino, and then when he unpauses, Dan Marino like reacts.
Yeah.
Like all of the force is going towards this ghost, and eventually when it unhalts, it's going to be launched even further from all of this stuff piling on. As we go to Tawney with Gustav on deck.
Tawny's gonna do very similar thing she did last time, so I'm gonna roll that good old insight against deception.
Okay. Insightful fighting.
Okay.
So
This is
14.
only he got higher on that one. That's
Okay.
fine.
You could say he's stone faced because he's halted and can't move. Sorry, bad joke.
No,
We've had
it's
some good jokes tonight. That was a bad one. Please continue.
this one's only gonna be a 13 to hit.
A 13 exactly hits. Believe it or not, ghosts don't have a lot of AC.
Okay. Well, that's only gonna be 7 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
That's just going to be piercing damage.
Piercing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It does matter with this guy. He's got a lot going on. But okay. Keeping your distance, or are you closing?
I'm gonna keep my distance at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when does command end, Gustav?
Command, that's a good question. Command ends on its next turn.
Okay.
Or sorry. Yeah. So it's fine now.
Okay. So that the fourth thing that I explained, when it gets to your turn happens. It blows back. I'll say it goes prone. And it is your turn, and you are I think like 30 or 35 feet away, pretty close.
Okay. Great. I'm going to stroll up to the spirit. And as I do, I'm casting the shocking grasp cantrip. That's kind of like crackling electricity in my hands. And I think I want to say to him, rough housing isn't allowed at our shows. I'm afraid I'm going to have to show you the door. And I grab him on his chest and cast shocking grasp. So it's going to be, I have to roll to touch him. So we'll see.
Oh, a spell attack, right?
It's like a ranged spell attack, yeah. That's going to be 22. So yeah.
Is it a ranged spell attack, or is it a touch?
It says touch, but it says it's my ranged spell attack to hit. So
okay, so you essentially have to like get up.
I have to like touch
Okay.
him. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that'll certainly hit the shocking. Like you go up, and you grasp shockingly as you show this ghost the door.
So that's going to be 8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn, which I think is like soon. But there you go.
Okay. You see a shock goes through it, as it maybe doesn't affect it as much as you'd like, but it's still slow to move as you affect its movement. But on a readied action, the other spirit leaps from the doorway and goes, and it has an axe. And you can see that this is actually the faux bear rug that has been possessed from the lounge room earlier. A ghost has possessed the bear rug and it is upright with an axe that has been chopping wood out here and swings at you with its ghostly, withering touch through this axe. And that is going to be a 14 to hit. What is Gustav's armor class?
Can I cast silvery barbs as a reaction?
Yeah, I guess you can. Yes. So it
Am I
rolls
being
again
so
and takes the lower.
insufferable?
No, no. I just forgot silvery barbs existed and have never had it
Yes.
used against me as a DM. So there we are. Here we are. First time
So
for everything.
sorry to do this to you, Kyle.
Has
It's
to
a
happen.
reaction, so I'm going to cast this.
Okay.
You have to re-roll your 20 and use the lower roll.
That's a 7.
Total?
Yes, 2 plus 5.
Yay! Okay, so
That's
it
a
doesn't hit.
2. It sure doesn't. He comes and he swings the axe with force into the door and chops into the wooden door frame, but does not hit you as you're here. And he's trying to pull the axe out. It's a very disorienting look. This like bear rug who's been possessed is upright with an axe. And I think, can grant advantage to someone now because of silvery barbs.
Oh,
Silvery barbs
yes,
is
that's
wild.
right. Who's next on deck?
You would know that Froz is coming up here.
And Froz, are you gonna get into range?
Am I?
I think probably.
They'll get into range for something, I think. Yes.
Okay, so I'll give it to her. I'll give it to Froz, and I'll say, fuck him up.
Fallout Bard in full form, as Froz is next with someone else on deck. That's not any of you.
All right. So how far away would you say I am right now?
You use your full dash action, so I think you're about 35 feet, 30 feet away.
If it's 30 feet, that's enough for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so Froz is going to run up, and Froz is going to close her eyes for a moment, and when she opens them, it's all white. There's like black pigment coming down her face. She's looking like something out of a Gorgoroth video, and she goes and enters a rage.
I think you're face to face with this ghost that tried to axe Gustav, and like he's like shrieked, and then you scream. You just like screaming at each other as you enter this rage. And again, like once again, the ghosts hit like the scarers have met their match on the scaring part of things. You have your action left.
Yep, and yeah, Froz is going to whack at it with her flail in full death metal
Incredible.
mode.
So you get advantage on this attack.
Thanks for the advantage, but I don't need it. That's a nat 20.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, take the advantage just in case. You could get 2 nat 20s.
I don't know if that's
The
how
other
that
one was a
works.
nat 1. So.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness. What the world balanced as all things should be, as a certain character would say. Wow, what a reference for this one shot. Great, a nat 20. Yeah. Roll your double damage on this unharmed but scared ghost.
Right, so that is a total of math. So that's only 10 bludgeoning damage, unfortunately, even with the double damage.
Bludgeoning. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's not nothing. This axe wielding ghost has now been flailed into the faux fur starting to come apart on this rug. As the ghost looks like it's struggling a bit, and that is going to be finally, the big bad gets turned. The first turn it's taken, mind you, with all of what Fallout Bard has been able to muster. And right here, it's looking face to face with Gustav, the lead singer. The reason it was unable to do anything up to this point, and with rage, it starts to take on your visage as it tries to drain the life out of you, since you're right there. And it's going to make an attack. That's a 14 on the die.
Yeah.
For a dirty 20 to hit.
Sure will.
Sure will. And that is going to be rolled pretty low on this. 15 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Like something finally goes off in this evil spirit's favor, and it drains this life out of you as the breeze in your hair gets distorted for the first time in a while as it drains this life.
My due.
Right. And that is that's the. I think at this point it actually is going to turn tail and run into the mirror maze. After that, you have all scared it enough. I think that Froz and Gustav would both get an opportunity attack on it too.
I can't take my reaction. I used it.
You can't. So thank you for keeping it honest. Froz, you would get an opportunity attack.
That is a 25.
A 25 will do it. Yeah, we gotta honor that nat 20 intimidate from Tawney. It is definitely still scared of you all.
Yep. So that is 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. This thing is starting to look pretty messed up. It's just starting to fade, like that flickering light bulb. It's starting to like deteriorate back into the ethereal plane almost as it can't stay corporeal, as it saunters and stumbles into the mirror maze. Which for our I'll say it for the first time on the stream, for anybody who's a fan of that certain book written by a certain king that this is based on, definitely an interesting view, the ghost running into the maze with the tenants of the hotel following them in, kind of a reversal of that fortune as you have all sent this thing into the mirror maze. That is going to be Victor next. You see the bear rug ghost with an axe still in the doorway trying to attack your bandmates as the big bad runs into the maze.
Since it's in the doorway,
yeah,
I'm going to cast catapults on the axe that the ghost left buried in the door. They will have to make another dex save for me.
Okay.
Gotta beat a 15.
Exactly 15. Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm sorry. No, sorry. I was looking at Roran. Bear Ghost does not make it. 13.
13, so he does get hit.
Does.
So that's the 3d8.
As he goes to grab the axe.
3d8 catapult, 1d6 for the axe.
Woo!
6, 8, 9, 12, 13. 13 for the catapult, 3 for the axe.
13 for the catapult and 3 for the axe. Okay. Holy smokes. Okay.
And
Popping in to say thank you, Sydney Soros, for the follow.
Thank you. We would never catapult you ever. Thank you so much for the follow.
And if they look like they're still upright, I think I'm gonna have the cannon also give them a shot.
It is still up, so you go ahead and go for the cannon.
All right, that is 16, 23 to hit.
23 will do it.
All right,
Sure will.
that is going to be 11 force damage and forces it to move 5 feet away from me.
As you move it 5 feet away, this thing bursts through, did not get its hand on the axe. It's looking, again, this thing is also flickering as it looks like it's about to turn tail and run as well. And that brings us up to El Cuervo with Tawney on deck. Both ghosts are on the run. They're both looking like they cannot survive in this plane much longer if you continue this way.
Is our big one still within line of sight?
No, you'll have to get outside and sort of brave the snowy cold to get in line of sight. It's about to run into the mirror maze, and it'll be a lot harder.
Not gonna let them go. We're gonna brave the snow.
Okay.
Get out there, get as much I can in range.
Do you actually? Because none of you are outside yet. Do you actually make your way all the way outside?
Yeah, I gotta finish it off. So gotta finish this fight here.
Okay.
Once outside, not within line of sight.
Yes, within line of sight.
Bonus.
Before you do anything,
okay.
I'm going to actually ask for a Constitution saving throw
Figures
as the
much.
sideways snow hits you like a ton of bricks. As you're the first person of this band to actually step foot outside. It did not affect the ghosts as much as they're flickering out of this plane is actually benefiting them.
8.
8.
Yep.
You are going to take lucky. I rolled very low, and you're only going to take 2 cold damage
All right.
as the snow hits you in the face.
But I ain't let this one go. All right, to Big Rorum. Bonus action, Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
That will give me a +3 bonus to my 2 shots. Oh no, +3 bonus to damage. I'm sorry, I got hit it, but I could score a crit on a natural 19 and 20.
Scary.
Double Eldritch Blast. 2 guns.
Pistol arrows.
As weirdly balanced as all things are. Natural 2 on 1 die, natural 19 on the second.
Is that a crit on one of those?
That one crits.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Just in time. That Hexblade's
This-
curse.
yep. All right. So that'd be double dice. So it is 8, 3, 6. 14 damage on that shot.
14 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of damage is that again?
That is, I believe that is force damage, repelling blast actually. Oops.
Force damage. Okay.
Yeet.
Okay.
Don't know if that helps.
So I'm going to be honest. It's looking. It stumbles. And it like sort of falls through the floor for a moment as it goes incorporeal. Gets back up, and it's like looking for a mirror to like go through. It's like trying to get through one of the walls. It's so close to being out of sight. But before it's able to go, a few of you have a moment. We do have an
We
ad
do
break
have
at the
an ad
moment.
break going on right now for
Thank
our lovely viewers. But you can tell the people watching the VOD and our subscribers, I don't know, your deepest, darkest secret while we wait. That's probably good talking topic, right?
Ooh.
Troy,
It-
if I
yeah.
can get you
It's-
to you on the next turn, that's all I need. I just gotta get to Troy.
Yeah, I understand. Deepest darkest secret.
in character or out of, I suppose.
Okay, Cuervo. Cuervo's guns aren't really magic. It's him. He is in love with somebody, and he doesn't know that woman he's in love with is actually the warlock patron.
That is so funny. The ad break just ended
Oh, sorry.
when
Now
you
you know.
said that.
Secrets out, guys.
Oh my
You
god.
have your pistol arrows trained as that 19 crit on the Hexblade curse as these thoughts are running through your head of your patron who you do not know is your patron.
Nope.
As you don't realize the magic flowing through you. You've got this mirror monster on its last legs, and it is actually going to be Tawney's turn next.
Okay. There's not a lot I can do. I'm just gonna do what I've been doing.
Tried and true.
Yeah. Go ahead and do it again. Roll the I'm gonna roll the insight against the deception. Okay. Go back to the high ones. So that's a 19 plus 8.
You've got this thing's number. It is so scared of you.
All right, let's see. Okay. That's not horrible. So that's a 15 plus 7.
That's gonna hit.
All
I
right.
think that means sneak attack too.
The first hit attack is piercing.
Hold on
Still
one
good.
second. I'm gonna do a little Brennan Lee Mulligan nod here, and just in case you make it, I'm writing down the number that you need to put this thing away for good, because you might get there.
Okay. Because all my stuff is piercing. So that's the thing.
Sure.
So
You still might
the
get there.
first attack, the short bow is 9.
Okay.
And then sneak attack is 8.
Didn't quite get there
I figured.
because of the piercing. But as you send an arrow through this thing, it hits flesh with a thud for the first time as this thing is like, it can't control itself. As a bloody hand goes onto one of the mirrors at the front of the maze. And as you read earlier, as Froz read earlier, you see that the insignia on the mirror maze, a place to reflect, and you see that this ghost is just trying to get into the maze. And before Gustav, the bear rug ghost gets one more swing in its dying breath as it's going to try to come down on Froz. And with a 9 to hit, it swings wildly at you, getting hit with cannon fire from a catapult. Everything is coming at this thing at once, and you've got these ghosts. You've been ahead of these ghosts all night. All of you have. Fallout Bard is on top of things. You're rock stars, and with that, that is the lead singer Gustav's turn.
Okay. How far away? I'm sorry. From me.
The bear rug ghost is right in front of you, and Rorim is 30 feet in front of you because it's been using its movement in tandem. It's only got one turn away.
Rorim is how close to the mirrors?
Next turn they'll be gone. They'll have hands on the mirrors essentially, ready to enter the maze.
Okay. What I'm going to do is cast Ominous Winds, which is from Book of Ebon Tides or Ebon Tides.
Yes.
So 3 creatures of my choice that I can see within range have to make a charisma save. So there's only 2. There's the bear rug and him. So let me know if anyone fails.
Okay.
Oh, the DC's 15.
Natural 20 from Rorim and 16 from the bear rug.
Okay. I attempt to kind of like summon winds to prevent them from like attacking or saving against something. But I'm gonna say, that's the effect that if they fail. But they succeeded. But I'm gonna say maybe like the blizzard like winds kind of like knock my magical winds out. And they don't like take hold.
That's very fair. The blizzard is just too strong to cut through. That is going to be, unless Gustav has a bonus action or
I do have a bonus action, but it's a spell, so I don't know if I can do that.
Because you already cast a spell.
Yeah. Okay.
It's one spell per. That is something one of the very few rules I'm pretty hard about.
I was like, but it didn't take hold, but I still cast it. That's okay. I can't really move because the bear is going to swing at me, right?
The bear is right there.
I am very low health, so I'm going to call out to the band and say, the mirrors. He's going for the mirrors, and that's it.
As Rorim's visage fades in the blizzard as it gets closer to the mirrors, that is Froz's turn.
All right. So, how far away did he get as he ran away?
You're right there with the bear rug, and with Gustav, you're all in the doorway.
I'm at Rory.
Of you, and it's 30 feet in front to get to the mirror.
Yeah. I'm in a rage. I'm just gonna run after. I don't care if I can take an opportunity attack.
Give me that. Okay. I'll actually. Okay. We have to resolve a couple things as you barrel through into the blizzard. The bear rug will take an opportunity attack and hit. Okay. I didn't roll very well. I got to roll decent. That's going to be you're raging. So, that's going to be 6 necrotic damage and then 7 piercing damage. Halve the 3. because you're raging.
All right.
And then you also have to make a Constitution saving throw because of this blizzard.
Sounds good. 19.
19. You take 10 cold damage, halved to 5. As you,
Right.
you're just in a rage, and you just cut through. You don't care what's happening. You're just gripping your flail in one hand, drumsticks in the other, and you go and you rush him, and you get to roar him right before he's about to jump into the. He's hand on the mirror maze in this blizzard.
Yep. And Froz, covered in ice, bleeding now, still got the death metal like face paint on. Gonna go.
Yes.
Here's Frozzy, and is going to attack him.
Okay. That might have been the
that
best
is-
one of the night.
That is an 18.
That will hit.
So that is 9 damage.
What's that saying?
Hell yeah, 4.
How do you rend asunder this mirror ghost from this plane in this blizzard?
I think Froz twirls the flail around and just brings it into an underhand like tennis swing. Just goes straight through him into the mirror, tracking it as it makes contact.
Just one swing. You go through Rorin, which is mirror spelled backwards, by the way. And its reflection reflects onto the mirror as the flail cracks one, and you see a large crack in the foundation of the mirror as it goes, and those 8 or 9 deep different corridors that you saw appearing earlier start one by one shattering as glass and debris get blown in this blizzard as if it never existed. And the mirror maze and Rorim the mirror ghost topple. I'll say with that level of power that the bear rug simply with 2 HP crumples to the floor. And El Cuervo and Froz, the first thing you think is, I have to get out of this blizzard. But as you both, I assume, go back into the hotel, rushing in as you both felt the coldest you've ever felt in your life.
Yep.
The ghosts start to peek around the corner, the different patrons of the hotel, and you see Mr. Corktree peek over. And for the first time since you've been here, the only sound you hear is the sound of the blizzard in the wind outside. And you've defeated Rorim and these horrible ghosts of the Overture Hotel. Congratulations, Fallout Bard.
Cuervo runs over towards one of the pieces of firewood, props them up together, and not realizing well, actually he did realize it. Upon putting those fire pieces together, he just shoots it and it lights up.
Okay.
He
So
just wanted to watch Tawney struggle making the fire earlier. Be like,
oh,
okay.
I see. Okay. As you with ease fireplace in the fire, you
Yep.
close the doors, and it finally starts to cut through the cold after a while. And after your first night, you have dispatched the haunting of this hotel. In these closing moments, I do want to hear, with this new song that Gustav and Cuervo were dealing with. I think, Tawney, first thing you go and you lock the tour bus, it's still there. Everything's okay. Victor, you have your list of things that you no longer are going to be hindered by ghosts with. Froz, you've bore the cold. You're able to walk about freely without anything pulling you through ceilings. I want to hear from Fallout Bard how you spend the rest of your relatively less spooky time at the Overture Hotel.
Before we do that, I want to say thank you again to Morphos XL for starting another hype train in the chat. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Thank you for the hype
Thank
train as
you.
we enter the encore of this Fallout Bard concert. It's only because of these chants coming from the chat. Fallout Bard, Fallout Bard. Yeah. I want to hear from the band and their manager. how you spend the rest of your time. Very front-loaded, eventful vacation, we'll call it.
I know
Um,
exactly what Victor does right away. He goes over to Cuervo, demands to see the guns so that he can use 2 infusions to do an enhanced arcane focus and an enhanced weapon on there as well.
Here's the weird
future.
part. Not sure how it would affect it when Victor looks at the ornate guns. They are not magical. They're just regular guns. They don't even have shots. They're not even loaded.
I am aware. I am making them magical. Do not worry, friend. It will make them better.
I'm going to trust you on
And
this.
Victor's
These
found
are-
his pet
These were
project.
these
now
were
that the
gifted.
radios are necessary.
These were gifted guns. I'll tell you. I'll tell you how who gifted them to me. I'll tell you the long story some
Do
other
not worry.
time.
I will be super gentle.
All right. He gets the guns, and then that's when Cuervo picks up the loot again. While Victor works on the twin guns, Cuervo returns to that weird little tune that he started playing in the room in that 3/4 time. Ding 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 ding. Just to see what can come of it.
All right. Froz, Tawney, Gustav.
I
What
think
do you
Fro-
all?
I think Froz like sleeps for about 3 days after that.
Hibernation.
Truly.
I think Gustav is very inspired in terms of his lyrics and lyric writing for the new song, based something about like my heart shattered like glass, kind of emo-esque. And I think Gustav would also spend some time getting to know the ghosts and perhaps like learning some vocal techniques on wailing and such from the specters. And so I think this new song's going to be haunting in the best way.
I hear a whole new subgenre coming along. Excellent. And then Tawny, how does Tawny spend her time? Now that the tour bus is good, the ghosts are dispatched. What happens?
Tawny's immediately going to get on the idea of DoorDash and trying to understand how quickly she can get alcohol to this place.
I see.
That's her first line of business, along with some other small things. And then she learns how to kind of do some more of that like dripping spells with her prestidigitation, that kind of the drips and the winds. And I'm going to throw some other prestidigitation things into this. And maybe she can be a little bit more than just a manager. Maybe she can be a lighting designer or a tech person. Who knows? The
Getting
world's
into-
her oyster.
I love a little Nepo baby getting into the artistic part of things with prestidigitation. Anybody, I wish that we had said this earlier. It's my one thorn from this. I wish we had some kind of pun on DoorDash or Grubhub that fits this world. So if anyone wants to come up with one while we sort of close this out, I'll say Fallout Bard writes the next killer album. And The Chill, which is the name of that new song.
Smart chat.
Yeah.
Gob hub. Nice. That's in the chat.
Two great jokes right in a row.
Yeah.
And then
Nice chat.
for our audience who doesn't know, that this essentially was inspired by the music video for The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, which is in 3, which is why Cuervo was like, what if we expand? And then the wailing, like wailing metal or wail punk, whatever this new subgenre of like vocal techniques from Gustav, you all write the next big album with Tawney in the driver's seat on design as well as management. Victor making you all tight as ever and taking the stage more and more with an electric triangle solo. Like, we want Victor, we want Victor. Like, that's become like kind of stealing the show a little bit from the rest of Fallout Bard, as you all have a hauntingly good stay. Well, the rest of you stay at the Overture Hotel. Thank you all for going on this adventure with us. Yay!
Thank you.
Bard! Honestly, my new favorite band. I've been Kyle David Perry, your game master, pronouns any all. I think at this time, I would love everyone to plug themselves because everyone on this was wonderful to work with on this and just to collaborate on. You can find me at kyledavidperry anywhere. I'm on social media less and less, but I pop up here and there. I also have a podcast called Character Build that you can check out wherever podcasts are. It's a very cool talk show about how the characters we play maybe affect our character in the real life of it all. But that's Character Build. It's at CB with KDP on Instagram. I would love if everyone sort of like just let the people know who you are, who you've been.
Who wants to go next?
Start us off. Yeah.
All right. Troy Bushido on all social media channels that are relevant, and as well as Troy Bushido on our Rough Magic Discord. If you want to just talk on there, I'm trying to be a little bit less on the socials, but at least more in Discord and in actual communities, digital or otherwise. Hopefully, you will see me at our next live play gig at C2E2. Fingers crossed I could get my games up and running there. I've been running Daggerheart as well as Cyberpunk Red / Edge Runners out there. So definitely look me up for a game if I get on the list. Fingers crossed. But in the meantime, this has been an awesome game.
Thank you, Troy. AJ, why don't you go next?
Yeah. Hi. AJ again. I'm AJ at AJ in Stories. So AJAND Stories, all one thing. I'm on everything except for YouTube. That's not my thing yet. And yeah, if you like me, you want to see more of me, like I said, check out Rough Magic's other stream. I play another character in a Pathfinder game, Gears of Revolution, named Sinai, every other Sunday. And then I'm trying to be a C2E2 too with Rough Magic, so I hope I get one too. I hope I get on the list.
All right, and then Abigail, let us know who you've been.
Yep. Hi, I'm Abigail, she, her pronouns. I am also a pro GM with Rough Magic Games. You can, if you really want to find me on Blue Sky, you can find me at Abhorrent Abby. And if you are interested in playing with me, I am available for both online and in-person games. I'm currently trying to put together some campaigns of Blades in the Dark and Household. I'll put a link in the chat for those recruiting things. Yeah, and I sometimes do our Drinking and Dragons events as well, so keep an eye out for that.
Blades of the Dark is so cool. That's awesome. You should all sign up with Abby, please. That's awesome. Shay, go ahead.
Hello. Once again, I'm Shay Atlas. This has been a pleasure. I do a lot of DMing with Rough Magic at the Drinking and Dragons events. I'm also available to book for private games, and I have some campaigns ongoing right now and ones that will be starting up in spring. You can find me on Instagram, shay.atlas, TikTok, Shay Atlas, all in one. And I'll also plug that I do digital art commissions of characters, and I make clay minis of characters for the tabletop. So those commissions are open. You can find more information on my website, shayatlas.art, A-R-T.
Amazing. Who doesn't need commissions of the characters? Awesome. Diego.
Hi, thanks again for checking us out here today. My name is Diego Bruno. You could find me on my Instagram at gmdiegobruno. As far as finding me elsewhere, I am lead game master at Rough Magic Games, so you can find me at our Drinking and Dragons, at our Brunch and Barbarians, at our Questers Guild. You can find me at our Dungeons and Draft House at Alamo once every month. You could also probably find me running a bunch of kids programs, definitely at most of these cons coming up, like C2E2, as well as Fan Expo, as well as Motor City Comic Con. You may also find out that I am one of the board members at the Chicago Tabletop Gaming Association. We are a nonprofit helping link tabletop creators with people to get better resources and to get better connecting with the community here in the Midwest and Chicagoland area. So please check out more of our games, check out our websites, check out our merch, and please follow all these wonderful GMs above me. They are all great professionals and worth every single penny.
That's a busy gentleman, Diego, by the way. Please follow all of these wonderful folks, and thank you all very much for watching this very spooky, very cold one-shot. And once again, I'll just say, this has been Rough Magic Games. roughmagicgames.com is the website. So visit there as well, and then Rough Magic is on Instagram as well. Join the Discord, all of the above. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.
Goodness. And coming in at the
Good night.
last minute, thank you, the Noir Enigma, for the follow. We'll catch you next time.
Woo!
Thank you, and thank you to
Thank you.
everybody who
Thank you,
worked on
guys.
this that was on the screen. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Charlotte. Thanks,
you.
Molly.
Thank you for
Thank you
everyone
both.
joining us at Up. We'll be ready to rock.